fucking funny though. Okay.
Right?
Beautiful.
You went from like, I might have to like leave to
Yeah,
that's pretty
too.
funny.
It's pretty fucking
wow.
stupid.
Big boy.
Someone looked at this and was like, "Yeah, we're calling it a big boy."
Yeah,
You're like, that's one big boy.
That's one big boy. Can't
That's
call
a
this
big
one
boy.
daddy, so.
Hey, it's a girl.
They're just
Go
like,
ahead,
you're
a big
so
boy.
thick.
Right.
Big
That's
ass
the
boy.
extent of spider chat, because yeah, I hate spiders.
I appreciate.
not-
appreciate.
not
Really?
arachnophobic,
I
but,
love
like, hate 'em.
spiders.
No, shut up.
Okay, wait, no. I'll
not
tell you
just-
something funny. I promise. Okay, so there's a type of spider called daddy longlegs. We've all encountered them, right?
Mhm.
Now, when
Yes.
when something big or another spider enters their web, they spin to try dislodge it or intimidate it. Now, when I was young, there used to be two daddy longlegs nests that were like really close to each other, and so I would poke them, and one spider would feel the other spider start to spin, and then they'd both start spinning. And so I'd
Yeah,
watch them spin
they'd
and
start
spin and spin.
breakdown.
Yeah, and when one stopped spinning, I'd poke its web again, and then it would start up again, and it was just these two spiders spinning at each other for hours.
You forced two spiders to break dance. Good job.
Yes, and it was funny as
I am
shit.
Dance
deeply
battle between
concerned
spiders.
by what we used to do
were
as
you
children.
Ever checked? Have you ever gone to a childhood therapist?
No,
For
but I
reason
did
in
find.
particular?
Oh, did you guys ever
No
hear
reason in
about
particular.
the zombie spider craze?
No,
No.
and I don't want
Can we
to.
change the subject?
No, it's
Sorry.
funny. Oh, okay, no, I'll stop.
Okay.
I'm starting to get like the
Anyways.
skin crawls. I'm sorry.
No, it's
God.
fine.
D&D.
Look,
Yeah, what are we doing?
I like my
Daddies.
spider ants. Sorry, not
Oh,
my
God,
spider
we're
ants. My
live.
zombie ants.
We are live.
Oh, wait, we're
fuck,
live?
why didn't you tell us we were live?
Flesh.
Fuck spider ants. No, I like my zombie ants as much as anyone else, you know. Oh, but not spiders. Fuck the
He
spiders.
just created his husbando character. That's what he did, and he's like, finally. I
Yeah,
get to see
so
that big hunk.
so we now have
go.
almost all. Well, we have almost all the
It's a fantasy
characters
game.
fully
I wanna
completed, with the
pretend that I'm a
exception
big,
of
tall,
Penny's.
sexy hunk for 4 hours a week.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, we have almost all the characters done with the exception of Penny and the table, and that is because my sister is out of town at the moment. She is going to Comic-Con, or I think she's at Comic-Con right now. So, you know, I didn't want her to rush or anything like that, so we're gonna leave this as he is until next week, but then we should have all your guys' items on the table as well as Penny being finished.
Oh wait,
But-
Foundry still says Macy, my beloved. It's still my base.
Yeah. But you guys have almost all your new updated pictures, including Greels, which was made by the wonderful, astonishing Vanitus, who's currently
Oh my
in
God, I
chat,
love
and she
Vani.
does all kinds of cool art. So go
Shout out.
check her out if you
Love
guys
her
know.
Give her
her.
a shout out.
Shout the girl out,
I'm
boys.
shouting at you.
I was doing it. I got the sword. Let me wield my sword.
I appreciate you, Wazzy. you get a double shout out, Vonnie, or triple because you already got shout out. But anyways, so welcome everyone to King's Kindness. Hello
Oh,
and welcome,
I'm
dear
asleep.
spirits. What? Well,
Oh,
hello and
funny,
welcome,
chat.
dear
No, I'm
spirits,
asleep,
to the
I've no idea.
Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. Today, I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and we shall be continuing the tale of King's Kindness. Come on in, take a seat, and let your imagination run free. As always, I'm here with Penelope, Orchis, Damien, Callista, Greel, and Maleficent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Probably not. How do you say the name? Okay, hold on. Tell me how you say the name.
There are two pronunciations because it depends on who she's talking to and how much she likes fucking with them. But it's either maliciant or maliciant.
Maliciant. Okay, I'm gonna use maliciant because it just fits better in
Malicious.
my brain.
Militia? Like what one would have in a revolution?
Oh,
Malicious.
revolution's bad. Down, boy.
Wait. Don't say the words.
Revy. On. I'm shouting everyone out. Wazzy and Rose, I think was the last one. Yes, there we go. If you guys have not checked out all the people who are currently playing in here, please go do so. They are wonderful, fantastic people. If you guys want to see more about their characters, I don't know why that was weird. Feel free to go and type in Heroes K which will give you that. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. And then, of course, type in whatever name that you wish in order to get more information on each individual character. I'm fairly confident I put in all their information, but I might not have. So, we'll see. Anyway, so, does anyone want to do a recap?
I can tell you what didn't happen last session. Revolution.
I knew you would say that.
Listen, you got one person to your cause.
Our first
That's true.
Trail out of a
roll,
window.
the first roll of the campaign was Gaydar.
A
Yeah?
revolutionary a day keeps the dictator away.
Jesus.
That's not true.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
is
not true.
that
We
for
need more
real?
than one. We need many.
We want inside joke recap.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well,
Anyway,
basically
to-
what happened
to
last
touch on-
episode.
Oh, all right. You
Oh, you're more than welcome to do it.
Found
I hate
somewhere.
recaps.
Oh, wait,
I
hold
was
on.
just
I
gonna say.
have
So
mine.
oh yeah, do you actually have a recap? Go ahead.
Damien was the newest in the cell for 2 days. I drew a picture of Freddy Fazbear and it says Gregory, and it says we hate this guy, and then
Fair,
it just
fair.
says Rock Dick with a question mark. That's
some
my
good-
recap.
Oh yeah, Rock Dick.
Yeah,
yeah.
so I can provide an
Rock Dick
actual
and soft
recap that
hands.
doesn't just include Rock Dick, if you
Yes,
want.
please.
Okay, so we were all in a prison cell. It was a great time. We got dragged out of the prison cell without force to meet Gary or Gregory. I think it was Greg.
Also a good time.
Greg, yeah.
We're going with Greg. We
Greggy.
rolled to
Greggy.
determine whether he was gay, and it turns out he's either Ace or Pan, one of the two. We're not sure which. He forced
But he
us
definitely wasn't
under-
into us.
Yeah, exactly. He forced us under duress to sign a contract with him to do like his dirty work, which is definitely not legally binding, but we're not getting into that right now. After that, we went out of the prison that we were in, went to a local pub. The orc there was like attracted to me for some reason, don't know why. Grail got like piss drunk. Ortis was knocked unconscious because he tried to scull an entire bottle of very like 80 proof or something. We organized bedding or rooms for the evening. We met. I genuinely don't know what his name was. I think it was like
His name was
Rockchick.
Rocknick.
Was it
Rocknick, I
Rocknick?
think.
I'm pretty sure it was like I'm pretty sure it was like
Rock
Rock
Dick now.
Wasn't it? It was teams.
It is Rock Dick.
No, I'm pretty
like
sure it was
Rock
Rock Nick, but y'all called him Rock Dick, so I guess that was
Right, we're
And
gonna go
it's
with
just his
Rocknick.
name now. I'm sorry.
Rock for
sorry.
short.
Call him
Who
Rock.
Penny pretended to be room service to get out of an awkward situation, and then became actual room service by buying raw meat for Rocknick, who hasn't got use of his arms for some reason.
or legs.
Yeah, which raises a different question because he said he'd been there for like 12 days. What's the go there, Sin?
He's definitely
start of
been
this
there for a
episode.
while.
There are so many questions that arise from the sentence where he can't use his arms or legs and he's been there for 12 days.
People
Least
check
of
on
which,
him,
like-
probably.
Has no one called a doctor?
You're all in the outskirts. No one gives two shits.
Anyway, Grail and Orders are sharing a
Are
room.
they, wait,
Callista
more importantly, are
and-
they charging him for the room?
Well, he can't
Is
pay them
Soft
because he
Hands
can't use
charging
his
him
arms.
for the room?
Soft hands.
Soft Hands? I don't know. What's his name? Knuckle
Rock
Fist?
fist.
No,
or
no,
Hard
no, no, no.
Fist.
It was
Soft
Hard
Hands.
Fist.
Hard Fist.
Hard shot.
Right.
'Cause he-
and they
'cause he
gave him
punched
arthritis cream, and
everything
now
when
he's
he
Soft
was
Hands.
younger.
Anyway, so Grail and Orders are sharing a room. Callista and Damien are sharing a room, and Mal and Penny are sharing a room.
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct.
we're like passing the night away or something
Mm-hmm.
because you get
Alright.
knocked down, but we get up again because you're never going to keep us down.
That immediately
So
went through
what
my
else
head.
also happened was, Griel found out that Ortis is an Azamar,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
he's kind of hung up on
yes.
that.
And I
He's,
have no
he's
clue
just a
about that.
little bit
Has
hung up on
been-
that. It's fine.
we met a dwarf, 50 cent or something. I don't remember. 50
Oh, he's
gold.
a gnome.
50
Gnome.
gold. Who's 50 gold? The dwarf.
He's a gnome.
Oh, he's a gnome. I'm sorry.
We
He's
met
a
a
small guy.
dwarf,
His name
50
is
cent.
50 gold. That's his stage name is 50 Gold.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure his name is
Damien
Nifty
revealed-
Gold.
Nifty Gold. Okay, well.
Okay, no, genuinely, I'm
That's
sure
on
you
you.
told us like 50 gold.
That's on you. If you're gonna name
Because
your,
it
if you're
gave
gonna make it
rise to
sound
like
like
8
50
Rock Dick,
cents.
and then you get upset for us calling it Rock Dick, it's like, come on.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Nifticent, and Rock Dick. So Damien revealed to Penny, but no one else yet because they hadn't had a chance that he is actually a vampire. And I believe that Penny, we last left off. Penny was leaving Rock Nick Dick's room to get Damien to give him a medical check.
I believe so.
That sounds about right, yeah.
And then I was gonna go to bed afterwards.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
first,
Oh, also,
Damien.
Damien did just straight up repair all the furniture in their room.
Hey, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. You suck nut. Suck
You gotta
nut.
say it.
Suck knees nuts. There you go.
Yeah.
That does not flow well off the tongue.
These
Oh, I like
nuts.
that. Oh, I just realized what I said. Oh, dumb.
You
It's
just
fine, you didn't say
realized.
the actual thing, so it's
Don't
fine.
worry about it. But I appreciate it. All right. What? Oh, yes, right. So before we start real quick, we're gonna go down in order that I decide to be in because I can. Give me one sentence-ish of who your character is and one sentence of how they feel-ish. We're gonna go with Damien.
Wait, why am I first?
Because
I have the third seat.
picked
Oh,
you.
in voice chat.
well, no, I'm just
At least if
picking
you're going down
random
the line.
people.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
how
going
the
down a line in the
character
order of
feels.
which I decide to choose.
Okay. What was the question?
In one sentence ish, describe tell us about your character, and in one sentence ish, tell us how they feel at the moment.
Okay. Damien. Damien is half vampire. He is kind of a doctor type character, and he feels relieved to be out of the cell, but he's right now feeling a little bit, what's the word? He's not happy that they have to go kill people because he doesn't kind of subscribe to that. He's not a violent guy.
Very fair, very
So
fair.
he's not liking that. That's going to be the outcome.
All right, Mel.
Hi, yeah, what's the question? Sorry.
In roughly one sentence, describe your tell us about your
Well,
character.
mine was like 5.
Yeah, and in roughly one sentence, tell us how they feel.
Mal is a definitely normal elf with high fashion sense.
Mm-hmm.
And she is confused by mortals, specifically this lot, and also like Greg's whole thing of like you can't kill her. You've signed a contract, so you can't kill me, and it's soul binding. And she's just like, yeah, but like you'll die one day anyway, so like get over it, buddy.
Fair.
I
All
think
right.
the not killing was mostly focused on me, who wants to kill him.
Well, that's because you think he's the king.
I wonder if we can get away with how
He's a metaphorical king.
how
Fuck's
strict is this
sake.
contract? Because it's like, I didn't kill you, my sword killed you. Guns don't kill people, or I don't kill people, guns kill people.
I
Like,
pulled this
how can we
lever,
get
which
away with that?
redirected a train to run you over, but like that's all I did.
Jesus
oh my god,
Christ.
Dungeons and
I
Dragons
didn't kill
trolley
you.
problem.
The assassin that I paid 500 gold killed you. You know,
There you
check
go.
for atheists.
Grill.
We've
Grail
solved the
Goldsbane
campaign.
is an Aasimar paladin on a path of conquest. He seeks to decapitate the king of hopes of this capital and become the new leader, first of here and then the entire continent. He's not particularly happy about having to serve the man that he set out to kill, but it is a temporary setback. The head will be on a silver platter eventually.
Surprisingly cohesive. All right. Penelope.
Maybe surprisingly cohesive.
I
can be cohesive
Penny
sometimes.
is a character, a person who doesn't remember much other than how the world works in general, like very general terms, like money is exchanged for goods and services. And she doesn't tend to think too far ahead with things, which is how she ended up, right in on the ground floor with Grail in this revolution.
Mhm.
Because one, she doesn't know anything really about revolutions, so she was like, yeah, sure. And two, she didn't think too far ahead about what she probably will have to do. Other than that, she's pretty relaxed with the group. She's kind of like happy to have people around who didn't put her in some sort of cage. She really enjoys she really enjoyed her time talking to Orthus in the cell, even though Orthus wasn't really talking back. But yeah, so she feels pretty close to him, and everyone else she's pretty close to as well, I guess. But yeah.
Cool. Ortis.
Ortus is apparently an ASMR. He doesn't know it, and he doesn't really care for it. But, yeah. And he's just here because he wants to fix his sword. That's all he really cares about. What else? What else did you want?
How does he feel at the moment?
Oh, he's chill. He's pretty hungover right now. So, yeah.
Alright, fair enough. Callista.
I hit the wrong unmute button. Whoopsie. Callista is a friendly Air Genasi cleric who is not the best in a social situation, but hopefully better in a fight. Hopefully. And as for how she's feeling at the moment, considering the fact that she is laying under a grimy, grody, disgusting rug, she's feeling a little greasy and questionably warm.
Oh no.
I forgot you got into that rug.
I regret getting into the rug.
So many small details I randomly add to shit that I'm now debating on if I should. Alright.
If you didn't want me to
Roll
roll
for
up
diseases.
in the grimy, disgusting rug, you shouldn't have put the grimy, disgusting rug in front of the gremlin.
Shouldn't have let her sign the
Roll for
contract
lice.
with Pond Scum either.
God.
Puddle Scum.
Alright, so, question.
Questionably warm.
Very
That
questionably.
needs to be our t-shirt.
Alright, so you guys are, I believe, yeah, Penelope, you're heading to Damien's room to discuss Rock's current physical capabilities.
Okay, so, knocking on the door. Hey.
Oh, there was a knock there. I heard that. That was cool. Nice Foley work.
Hey, thank
so you're welcome. So Damien, he kind of opens the door a crack, sees it's you, and opens the door. He
Mhm.
hasn't gone to bed quite yet. So he's still in his stuff, and you can see he's got his alchemy stuff still working out. But oh, hello.
Hi. Yeah, so I may or may not have been room service for he's a dragonborn or whatever, right? Yeah. A dragonborn that I went into the room of a little bit ago. Anyway, I think you should probably come and take a look because you're like a doctor or something, right?
He see you for like you were room service? Someone needs medical assistance, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes,
indeed,
yes, I am a doctor.
Okay, yeah, okay. So just get your stuff, I guess.
Lead
Do
the
you
way.
have like yeah, okay. Over here. And then she'll knock on the Dragonborn's door. I don't know why I'm knocking on his door. He can't even walk. And I'll open it.
Can't walk?
Exactly. That's what
That-
I'm talking
that-
about.
what do you-
You open the door, you just see him slowly turn his head over to you. He's done this every single time, so you assume he just slowly turns his head to look at the baseboard of his bed, and then move it back to the door every time it opens. And Damien, you can walk in, you see this probably about 6'2" red dragonborn laying down on the bed. His right hand is up holding a sword that is just directly to his right. The rest of his body is just unmoved entirely, and he just kind of slowly turns his head to you. Unlike most of the people that you see turning their bodies and stuff, the rest of his body, no movement whatsoever, aside from, like, breathing. But even that's hard to see under his scales.
Ah, I see what you mean. Hello there. I am Damien.
Sup.
I've been informed that you require medical assistance.
Probably.
What seems to be... Tell me what's going on. And he's gonna come close to the bed. May I?
Sure. He's gonna slowly turn his head back to the plate of meat that's just sitting on his chest, and he just slowly starts chomping on them from the top. So,
Damien will approach the bed, and I guess as I'm talking to him, roll a medical.
Yeah.
So what is the issue going on? Give me a little background information.
well, I came here. I did something, don't quite remember. A while ago. I came here, talked with the nice folk down there, laid down in the bed. As always, holding my sword. Because something comes in here and I don't know what it is, I kill it. So I slept with my sword in my hand, of course, like you do. And I woke up. And I just couldn't move. Took a couple hours, the nice folks downstairs noticed me. They take a copper out of my bag every time they come up here, but yeah, they make sure I don't die.
Interesting. How long have you been like this? I rolled a 16, by the way.
Mm-hmm. You are kind of checking over his body for the most part. It reminds you of a hardcore paralytic. Like, he just, like, his entire body is more or less in a constant state of just locked up. It doesn't seem like his muscles are actually, like, working to force this lockup. They're just stuck. It's somewhere between between like paralyzation and petrification that you've seen, although it doesn't have most of the normal aspects of it. And he just looks at the window next to him, which has a blackout curtain over it, and he just goes,
So this would be the paralyzed condition.
more or less.
Okay.
There's a slight additive to it, but yeah, more or less.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast Lust Restoration on him. I'm gonna gently touch his shoulder. It's a 2nd level, and I touch a creature that can end either one disease or condition affecting it. And I'm going to attempt to...
Alright.
I clicked it. Did it work?
Doesn't look like it. You have to
Hold on.
click the roll,
I have to roll?
button. Yeah, the roll button next to it. It uses your spell slot.
Oh, but it's not a roll. Okay, cool. I was like, wait. Yeah, so I will go ahead and cast Lust Restoration on him.
Yeah, so you use it on him, and you see his, like, arm twitch, as, like, you can feel the muscles kind of slowly working now, to some degree, but you do notice that, like, it's almost like he is, not only paralyzed, but also looked like he, has some kind of petrification going on, too, because the entire upper layer... Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, the entire upper layer of his body, like, on top of his scales, seems immovable for whatever reason. Similar to stone.
I'm also going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You can. Oh wait, let me read it. Which it doesn't read.
I sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me. If you sense magic in this way, I can use my action to seed the fate aura around any visible creature that the object bears magic. You learn its school of magic, if any. Yeah, so I learned the school of magic. And
Okay.
can see the magic in the room. Or the 30 feet.
Let's see. So this one would be probably transmutation magic, I would say. It seems like a weird form of a cockatrice's petrification.
Got you.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking anywhere else around the room, by the way? Or are you just looking?
Yeah, I will. Now that I've noticed that he's under some sort of magic, I am going to start investigating the room itself to see if there's anything nearby that is sort of
excluding magic.
And I will explain it. What? I'm sorry?
Like excluding magic? Like popping out magic?
Yeah. So I say it appears like you are under the effects of transmutation magic at this point. I've done a lesser restoration on you, but it does not seem to be taking the full effect.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna explain what he the whole bit about the. It's it kind of almost looks like a modified.
As you look around the room, by the way, one thing that you do notice is that you see a very strange magic circling around Penelope. I don't know what magic school it would be.
I'm gonna lean into Penelope and kind of I'm like, you've got a very strong magical aura. Is that normal for you?
I guess. I mean, I use I use magic, so I mean, I guess.
I just wanted to double check.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know.
Use magic, I guess.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Do you need any help? Or should I just go?
No, you absolutely stay.
Okay.
I'm looking around to see if there's any evidence of anything that would have caused this transmutation magic on our dear friend here.
I did fight a weird beast out in the forest.
What did it look like?
It was a bitch.
What does a bitch look like?
Oh. He kind of looks at Damien. Is she okay? Does she?
Yeah, she's curious. She has not seen many monsters. Please do describe this monster, creature, beast.
Think about large chicken. Now, add like legs to it. A lot of legs, like too many legs, like 12, 14, lot of legs.
That's a lot of legs.
There's a lot of legs.
Many legs.
And add like weird wings. They weren't quite wings. It's like weird wings. It was like a butterfly's wings, but like not wings. Also, he stabbed me, so I sliced off its tongue.
Sounds like you encountered a cockatrice.
Maybe. I fought chicken snakes before. And I may snake parts to it. Mostly legs.
How would I be able to? Thank you. Can I roll to see if I know how to treat that?
You're more than welcome to. I think that would be a nature check.
Nature check? Okay.
Very nice. You would know that treating something that's like an ability of a creature is usually relatively difficult. Usually either requires very specific potions made from usually like some kind of bodily fluid of the creature, or it requires things that naturally counteract those creatures, which usually is like certain plants or other medicines that people have designed or people have used in design of those creatures, usually in the creature's natural habitat.
Got you. I'm sorry, I'm
you
reading
fix
my
them?
alchemist supplies. It's not impossible. I don't have... I need to check and see if I have the right stuff to create an antidote. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And he goes back to his room, and I'm gonna go look at my alchemist supplies.
You just hear him say as you walk out, I ain't going nowhere.
Quite.
That's okay. And then as he walks out, as Damien walks out, we'll be like, do you want to hear the story of blah, blah, blah? And, the door shuts.
Oh no.
Oh, boy,
I just tell
you're
you
in
a
for
story real
treat.
quick. He's just like, she'll let him kill me.
Guess who you left your alchemist supplies with?
Oh god.
Oh no.
You let all your potions
She was
and
asleep.
random fluids.
Oh no.
So, Callista, what have you been doing
so-
inside of Damien's room while they helped a poor fellow?
Oh no.
When you get back, you see that the rug has just been discarded on the floor, and Callista is not on the floor. In fact, she is just she's used her levitate, which is my little Air Genasi like racial trait ability, and she's carefully floating over the table as not to disturb any of your alchemist stuff while she stares at it.
Ah, hello there. I thought you were asleep. He just walks in. He's not too bothered by it because she's obviously hasn't wrecked his shit. So he's like, okay, well, and he's gonna go in his bag and start digging around, to see if he would have the stuff necessary, or
I
at
would
least part of the stuff
say-
necessary.
How often do you forage in the forests?
Where is my
He likes to keep stock, like, so if he's getting low on anything, he will usually like forage or try to buy stuff. He likes to keep a lot of supplies with him,
Okay.
so he doesn't run. It says during a part of a long rest, you can use it to create an antitoxin.
Ooh. Okay.
Would that work for that?
If you go into the forest semi-regularly, and you pretty much collect a shit ton of stuff from there, I would probably say you would have antitoxins to most forest creatures that have some kind of condition creating effect.
Okay. Because, I mean, otherwise we're gonna go on a, like, wild goose chase. I don't know, do you
Go
want to send us on a wild goose
adventure,
chase?
boys!
Into the forest in the middle of the night?
I will
Is that
say
what we're
is not a regular plant
basilisk?
resource, thank you.
Yeah.
Not a regular resource that you're used to using. So you really only keep a very small quantity on it because it's semi-expensive. So this would be the potion that you would use to fix this specific treatment, which means you do not have one in the future unless you forage again.
Do you not? Okay. So,
So what's the deal with all the stuff on the table? You kind of just left it here and dipped.
It has to sit for a while. It's cooking. It's my medicine.
It's cooking?
It takes some time for it to reduce down and form the potions. Have you never seen potion been made before? Usually they do it over a cauldron sometimes, but I am able to do it. Hold on. There's a man I need. Hold on. He just pulls out the right potion. There's a man next door who's suffering from. This is me muttering to myself, not the character. Fucking cockatiel? No, that's a bird.
Cockatrice.
Cockatrice. There's there's a man in the room next door. He's suffering from a cockatrice bite. I have to help him. If you would like to come along and watch, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, if the bubbling of my potions is entertaining, as long as you please do not touch them. You absolutely.
I don't know a lot about brewing, but it's not super interesting.
No, I could teach you how to mix. Then I sort of fucking got it. I could teach you more about it if you'd like, but I have to go give this to the gentleman next door, and he's gonna start walking out.
Yep.
He has no reason not to trust her.
Just fucking walks away from this gremlin.
She'll just swim through the air behind him. She's bored as hell.
You have significantly more trust than Grail.
Whooshy whooshy whoosh.
It's like a.
Mhm.
You know how some dogs can like smell if you're nervous, or like a horse could smell if you're nervous.
Am I a horse now? Peter.
Peter.
Peter, the horse is here. So what's the deal with the chicken?
It's a cockatrice. It is a almost dragon-like beast. A very large chicken that is snake-like. It's very nasty creatures. They secrete a venom that paralyzes you, as the poor gentleman in this room up ahead has suffered. He got into a fight with it, and he won the fight, but the beast had gotten some of his poison. I suppose you could say it like that. So he pushes up the door. Is Penny still in the middle of their story?
Was the first caravan that I entered into, and it was kind of, I guess, crowded. So maybe that's why they, forgot about me. But that's okay. Like, people forget. Oh.
I won't ever forget
Sounds like
you.
Penelope's here.
She'll stop when you walk in.
Hello, Penelope.
You will never leave my mind for the rest of my life, I can guarantee you.
Damien approaches the bed and he pats
smiling.
Penelope's shoulder as he passes, like, he did good. And he corks open the bottle and he's like, this is a very potent antitoxin that I've formulated. It should completely remove the effects of the cockatrice's venom in your system. You should be able to move. Will you allow me to treat you?
Shove it down my gullet.
Nicely said. And he's gonna lift the Dragonborn's head gently and like kind of lift him so he could like not choke on the potion and gently put it towards his like mouth and like helps him tip it back.
Shove it down
this
my
tastes.
gullet, says Rock Dick.
This tastes,
it kind of tastes like
grass.
Sorry, go ahead.
Didn't take you for the kind of guy who would graze.
I don't.
No,
Then
he
how
eats
do you know
meat.
what
That's
grass
right.
Effect
That's
of
what
the
they're
plants.
big stack of meat.
I like meat like I like fighting. Hard. Tough.
Raw.
Oh my goodness.
You have terrible taste in meat.
So Damien corks the empty bottle now and puts it back in his pocket and kind of helps position the Dragonborn into a more sitting position, being very careful of the sword, obviously, and puts the just the plate so he's in his lap now instead of just laying on his chest. There, you should begin to feel the effects of the antitoxin fairly quickly.
Yes.
Can you wiggle your fingers and toes for me?
You see him like he's gripping like the sword because he's just been stuck like that. And you see him like slowly move his arm down. And you can hear the creaking of his elbow as he turns his arm.
Damien gently kind of rubs some feeling back into this guy's arm. Like, you're doing great. You're doing great.
I will feel better in the morning.
Is there any more pain?
No, I don't feel pain.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Big tough guy. He kind of pats his shoulder like,
That
"You did good.
sounds
Like, good job."
odd to hear, but thanks.
He steps back. I will be boarding in the room next door.
Hmm.
Don't hesitate to call for me if there's any other issues that you run into, or if, if some of the symptoms begin to come back, just please let me know.
I'll be sure to. Gonna go kill a fucking chicken tomorrow.
Excellent. Just go back to his.
Just like, all right, you fuck you.
It's like, okay.
And I'll be a wave and leave behind Damien.
Goodbye, lady. And wherever the dock was.
Callista doesn't want to be alone in the room with the fellas, so once everyone else leaves, she just quickly swims out.
And
In the
wherever
hallway,
the fuck you are.
Penelope's gonna look at Callista. Do you do that often? Like, how do you do
Do
that?
I do what?
Like, you're not on the ground, but you're moving?
You don't do that?
No. Wait, can I?
Oh.
And I'll jump in the air. And it doesn't work.
Callista quickly catches her before she hits the floor.
Full speed down, you're like, oh no fucking oh shit.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, okay, so it doesn't work. We've confirmed that now. I can't do that.
It might be
Unless you use
because
some sort of magic.
True.
So I have my mage
People
sight
travel.
going or whatever.
But I don't know any
You do
magic
have
that
a very
does that. I said I don't
kind of
have
magic
I don't
did you
know
say
any
I
magic.
saw about her?
You've seen basically an aura around her, I would say. I don't know, you would, weirdly enough, even with your spell, you cannot pinpoint what school of magic this is from.
Yeah. Can I see Callista's school of magic?
You
Or
cannot.
just,
Callista
if
does not
she's-
have a aura.
Even though she's using levitate?
You
I
can
just
tell
have a
you can tell the
powerful,
spell.
chaotic gremlin aura. That's all I have.
Yeah, the spell that she's using, you can tell. I don't actually know what school that is.
Oh, it's my racial thing.
Oh
because I'm
yeah,
a
because it's the
Nazi.
levitate spell.
Yeah.
The levitate.
Levitate is
spell-
transmutation.
Yeah, so you'd be able to tell that.
So, for example, Callista has used the levitate spell, which is a transmutation school of magic. You, however, Miss Penelope, I can't quite discern what school of magic the aura that you were giving off is. What kind of magic do you cast?
I don't know, I got different kinds.
You should
I
completely take it. He's like blinks, like, oh, okay.
I got different kinds. Like I'll cast mage armor. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. You just see effectively, mage armor pop around her, which, aberration magic just kind of flowing over her, is completely separate from her aura.
And then I'll also, I guess, cast a magic weapon on. I do have a dagger on my dagger, just to be like, oh, I got different spells. Like, yeah, because I'm going to bed right after this, so it doesn't matter.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Callista gets a little spooked by the sudden magic armor and just plops Penelope down on the floor.
Okay, she's still in there.
Understandable.
what's that you're doing?
Casting spells. Things
I
that
hope this
you
is funny.
use.
Well, yeah, I've got spells, but why not save them?
Well, you know, I'm about to go to bed anyway, so I mean, it'll be fine. It'll all come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
Fair enough.
so it's like my levitate.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So do I just have to sort of plan around the idea that when you get too happy, you pop out a spiritual sword or whatever?
No. I'm using this because Damien was asking, like,
I
what
was
kind
just
of
asking
spells?
for a demonstration of the
Yeah.
sort of magic she's capable of.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not like my levitate.
I don't know.
You levitate when you're happy.
Yeah. My
Kind of adorable.
levitation isn't always, it's not exclusively for combat, seeing as it doesn't always work on others. So I mostly use it when I'm bored, or when I'm happy, or when I'm curious about something, or when my aunties would put something too high up for me to get into. But then they'd forget that I levitate, and then I'd ransack it anyway. And that's how they invented grounding!
They kept you on the ground then?
They would tie a ball to my foot so I couldn't levitate.
Oh.
Sorry, hold on.
It's okay. I didn't think that through before improving because that totally wouldn't work, but it's funny just the idea that she got a mental debuff of, there's a ball, now I can't fly.
I mean, yeah, okay. I guess, you know, they gotta keep some stuff away from you if it's dangerous. Like trying to keep you safe when you're small. I'm sure my parents did that too.
I'm not sure tying heavy items to children is quite common, but
Well, not necessarily that, but like keeping the kid out of the bad stuff. Like not
yes,
necessarily
yes.
tying heavy things to kids. You know what?
No,
This is my room.
quite right.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Good night. Good night. Yep. Good night.
Good night.
Jesus Christ.
Good night, Penelope. See you in the morning.
Drop all my magic. Go into Mel.
Okay.
Sin, where is this room with the Dragonborn in relation to the room with Grail and Ortis?
They're sharing a wall.
All right, perfect. After I've heard that everyone has left,
Mhm.
Grail would like to head into the room with this Dragonborn fellow, if that is permissible.
Sure. Everyone
Alright,
goes
once
to
everyone's gone.
everyone goes to bed, everyone kind of sleep. You're like leaning against the door, like putting your like head next to it, make sure that all the sound is gone, everyone's going to bed and whatnot. And then you move in, like you go out into the hallway.
You
No
gonna
one's
recruit
there.
him?
Grail would like to enter the room with the Dragonborn.
Yep.
And yeah, just say, never forget, it was not the king who saved you, but the Godsbane revolutionaries. We could use a man of your talents. Consider joining us in creating a better world. And with no further explanation, we'll simply return to his room.
You're like a youth pastor that's just like, kids, Jesus is pretty sick. But instead you're just like, hey, being a revolutionary is pretty cool.
I love how you
Give them
walk
your
in there.
brownie
except-
points.
Except instead of encouraging belief in gods and being cool to people, I'm encouraging you to join me in killing the king. They're definitely the same. Otherwise,
There
The
isn't a
government.
king.
The government is the devil.
he is a metaphorical
love-
king.
I love how Grail
so
kind of is like, oh, they're treating a guy in there. They didn't charge him any money for the medicine. I know what I must do now.
I love
Time
you
to
walk in there, you
recruit.
say your spiel, and then
Time to
before
give
he
him a
can
business
even
card.
respond, you just walk right back out.
God. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Grail? No? Would you like to? Too bad.
Would you like to join my revolutionary? All right, bye.
The
You are
revolution
being
waits for no one.
saved. Don't resist.
They're being
Resistance is
recruited.
futile. Alright, cool. So you all head to bed after
Fucking cursed.
an adventure of a lifetime.
Okay, so
Can I have a
long
quick
rest.
character
I'm gonna-
question about everyone, real quick?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The
Okay,
answer is revolution.
shut up, Wazzy. Quick question to everyone about your characters: is your character a honk sure, or are they a honk meo when they sleep?
Hunk sure.
Because Callista is definitely a kind of gal.
I don't know. Maybe honk shoe.
Honk
But
sure. Okay, good choice.
It's quiet. It's like
Oh,
Okay, very nice.
horrible.
Damien sleeps like
The dead.
completely silent. Yeah, like literally, like you're like, is he breathing?
Okay.
The answer may shock you.
I
Mel
think
doesn't
Not quite
technically-
sure.
Oh.
You go, Mel.
I was just gonna say, Mel doesn't technically sleep because she's an elf, so she
Mhm.
doesn't make either.
You're not sure how, but Grail's sleeping sounds are somehow angry.
God damn it.
Okay, so he's just like fighting a war even in his dreams. Good to know.
No, he's completely
Dreams
silent.
of conquest.
Dreams of conquest. He rolls over. He's just like, go overthrow the king.
To be fair, the tyranny in his mind is as real as the tyranny in the real world. So, like, just to say
Soul
non-existent.
read.
Ortos, what about you? Is your character sleep?
He's a hunk sure.
Oh yeah, Reese.
But he lays exactly like on his back with his hands to his side and doesn't move at all.
He seems like the kind of feller who would sleep with his mouth open, drooling all over the pillows.
especially with how drunk he was.
Yeah. Drunk as a skunk, as they
Yeah,
would
I
say.
don't think
Doesn't
I've
matter.
ever.
He can't sleep without being on his back and his hands to his side.
He can't sleep without snuggling his sword.
God.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
he
think
does
I've
sleep with a
ever
sword.
discussed the
God.
sleeping the whether or not you snore when you sleep as a character before.
Hey, important OC questions.
Interesting
okay? We're
D&D
world
party.
building.
Okay,
Honk
real
chewing
talk.
and casting gaydar.
Okay, so that does
Damien
raise the next
does have a
question.
tail.
He
Mhm.
does
It's
sleep
not
with a sword.
technically in the spell, but can
Can
lesser
Callista-
restoration restore sleep apnea?
As a good question, let me think on that while I sing a line real quick. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. As a Shay singing, but I can't sing that line very well.
Since
Sleep
Damien
apnea
has a
counts
tail.
as a condition.
Yeah, I think
So I can use
because
lesser restoration.
sleep
on
apnea
it.
would kind of be in the same line as exhaustion. So I don't think it would cure that.
Since
Unless-
Damien has a tail, when Callista levitates, could she like theoretically grab it like a baby elephant and just sort of like be dragged along?
Absolutely.
Hell
100%.
yeah! Sorry.
That's
When you
amazing.
do that, he like kind of jolts and like looks back at you, but like he's more surprised than in pain or anything. He's like, suppose, and then goes
You got a
on
big
with it.
one.
Jesus. All right, you
So I have a question for the long rest.
uh-huh.
It says I can use my alchemical crafting to make one of the things. How do I add something to my inventory if I do that?
To add something to your inventory, let me open
It
up your
says
sheet
I
real
can,
quick.
as part of long rest, you can use your supplies to make a
Mhm.
acid, alchemy fire, antitoxin, oil, perfume, or soap.
Okay. I think for the way that I do Artificer, it's been a while since I've done an Artificer suppliers. But I think the way I would do it as an Artificer, Aura, if you're still listening, can you send me the Artificer thing we used for your character? and I'll send that to Damien. Essentially, the way that we did it last time, because I had a Artificer Alchemist, is he would roll a 1d20 in order to determine whether or not his potion exploded effectively, called Unstable Alchemy, I believe. And then if it didn't have an explosion or whatever it was, you would roll 1d100, and it would essentially give you a potion from that list as your Unstable Alchemy. You could also decide to make specific
Unstable
potions as
alchemy.
well.
Is that like a feat? Unstable alchemy?
It would be a feat, I believe. I think we replaced... Yeah, I think we just added it on. Actually, I do have his character sheet. Hold on. let me look
I
at
don't
that real
have.
quick.
I don't have that.
Yeah, it was a semi-homebrew thing that we did.
Yeah, in order
okay,
to just
cool.
add an item to your thing, if you go in the top right-hand corner, the 3 dots, you can open the equipment shop, which I think should have most of that
Ooh.
stuff, and you should just be able to add it for free. Or you could probably use the plutonium import if you really needed to, and just grab the item from the importer.
Yeah, plutonium import is
either-
usually the easiest way for me to do it.
Yeah. Should be fairly easy to grab it off that importer, because the items should just be part of the regular 5e items.
And then,
Can we just throw dice?
yeah, Wick did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would also say, because I'm doing this with my druid, because she does alchemy as well. Weirdly enough, almost every party I've ever had has had at least one alchemist style character, at least one potion crafter. It's wild. But essentially, you can essentially forage for bundles of resources. Essentially, we'll just call them bundles of forgeable materials. Depending on where you forge it, you can actually create different items from it. Specifically different types of potions. For most forest areas, the bundles that you get can directly translate into potions of healing, which can be quite useful for you.
Okay, so I don't have any bundled stuff in my inventory right now, just because I guess I wouldn't. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it then. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So.
Yeah. Experimental. Oh, yeah. What's the experimental elixir? Oh, yeah. You'd also be able to do that one too.
What do you mean?
The experimental elixir active ability in your features. When you finish the long rest, you can magically produce an experimental elixir in an empty flask you touch.
Sure. And because I have that empty flask because I took it from the.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1d6.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Cool. So I have a healing potion.
Yes, and I don't like the idea of it going away. So it lasts until it's drunk. So you can just add a modified. Yeah. It's
Is
2d4
it my regular
plus
healing potion?
It's 2d4 plus int. So yeah, it would just be a regular potion of healing.
Okay, cool. I just added one then.
That's nice.
Sorry, we're good.
No worries. There's questions we figure out as it goes along. And I just got my unstable alchemy, so I will send you that in 2 seconds once I double check it. Yes.
Yippee!
Where are you? Oh, it's been a while since I've messaged you. There you are. But we'll talk more about the setup of that later as well. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so you all wake up. It's been a night. It's been an interesting night for the most part, but most of you guys slept fairly well for those who did sleep. But as you wake up, the sun is shining through most of your windows. Several of your windows have like blackout curtains and stuff, but for most of you, you guys wake up to the sun. I don't know what your guys' sleeping patterns are. I assume most of you guys are early wakers.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Well-
for Grail, I imagine the routine is like wake up early, do a rigorous workout, get out of bed.
Okay.
How do you do a workout
extremely
before you get out of bed? Hold on.
Before you get out of
Work it
bed.
out something
Wake up,
else.
go to the bathroom,
Dreaming
get out of
about
bed.
his workout.
Wake up,
Wakes up.
take a shit, get out of bed.
God damn it.
Christ.
Yeah, I'm extremely hungover, so I'm not even awake yet.
Okay. So I would probably
woke up
say
early.
Yeah. So I would probably say Penelope woke up the earliest. So she just when you guys wake up, she's probably not in the general proximity. Greel, you would probably wake up second because you're insane. And Ortis, you would probably like wake up a little bit, see Grail just working out like a son of a bitch next to you inside the room, and probably just pass the fuck it back out.
Okay.
Just like, nope, too early for this shit. Mel, since you don't technically sleep, you really can get up whenever you wish to. You would notice Penelope basically just straight up getting up and then leaving the room.
Yeah, like Mel's probably like Mel doesn't technically sleep, so like when Penny wakes up, she's already awake,
Mhm.
as it were. But she doesn't really say anything and just lets Penny go about her business.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Mel would make an excellent supervillain with that. You're finally awake. I've been expecting you.
Slow turns chair.
Persian cat comes out of nowhere and sits on
Do I
that.
have a spell that can achieve a chair turn? I don't think so.
Probably no.
Telekinesis?
No, I think that's too high
Mage
level.
hand.
I feel like
Mage
like
hand to
mage
move the
hand
chair.
or like
Oh, yeah.
prestidigitation.
Can you imagine the awful screeching as a wooden chair gets dragged across the floor to turn it?
Oh, dear
Terrible.
lord.
You're awake. Yeah, no shit.
So
Damien
is
gets
everyone
up
else.
pretty-
You woke up the
Early
whole
too.
inn.
So,
And he packs all his stuff. Like he's got by the time he leaves.
mhm.
I'm sorry, I had a stroke there.
Uh-huh.
Damien gets up pretty early and like packs all his stuff back up.
Okay. And Callisto probably would wake up sometime after Damien has finished collecting all of his shit.
Yeah.
Hmm?
After all the ruckus is over, that's when Claire wakes up, and she sort of like bolts up into a seated position, still in the rug. Forgets she's in the rug, tries to move, and then there's just rustling and like a very annoyed like as she tries to get out of the rug, but forgets that
Damien
she's rolled
will
up.
calmly come over and untangle her from the rug.
Jesus
she made herself a
Christ.
burrito.
Oh, good morning, Damien.
Did you
How'd you
sleep alright?
sleep? Yeah, I slept good.
I slept okay. Excellent. Would you like to accompany me downstairs for some breakfast? We'll see if the others
Yeah.
are awake. They do that.
Let's see what they were up to.
You guys
Not that
exit
I
your
think they could have
room
gotten
and
into much.
the very first thing that you two hear once you get into the hallway is just Grail doing his workout routine in his room.
Old habits
1001.
die hard, I suppose.
1002. 1003.
I'm surprised he hasn't broken the roof pillar yet. He's a pretty big guy.
Hear the creaking.
Would you guys like to go and try to entice him to go downstairs too?
Yeah, Damien.
Oh.
Damien will do that.
I know exactly how to
Wait.
get Greel to give
Oh
chase.
god.
Damien will gently knock on the door.
Yes.
Real.
Who's there?
This is I, Damien. We're just wondering if you would like to join us downstairs for some breakfast, if we can get any. Just letting you know that
Callista.
we're heading down.
Callista
I
like
suppose
peeks
one-
her head in the door and she's like, protein, protein, protein.
The
She
feral
is right.
child makes a valid point. Protein is important in the maintenance of houses.
Child? How old are you?
Who?
You. How old are you? Is she a child? Are you a child?
I forgot how old I made Callista, but I think she's in her 20s. So definitely a child for an edge in RC, but
Pretty sure you're 20, if I recall correctly.
somewhere in that
She's a
ballpark.
child compared to Grail, so Grail will call her a child. Also, Grail just does not like Callista.
Fair.
Very fair.
Is Ordis awake yet, or is he just still?
I'm waking up.
I think we can
Is
find a way to wake him if he doesn't want to wake up on.
he okay? What happened last night?
Oh, we all started drinking, and the two big dumb guys drunk something like super bad, and like the Ortis like passed out or something, and Griel had to carry him back.
Yes, it was an eventful evening.
I guess. No,
I-
I'm just kidding.
I only pray the man has a greater sense in battle than he does with his liquor.
I'm surprised that you guys were such lightweights.
You don't know what I drank.
Right?
Does he wake up just to say that he's you don't know what I drank?
Yeah.
Indeed, the contents of
He
that drink
wakes up
was
to defend his honor.
particularly strong.
Or maybe you two are just particularly weak.
Anyway, food. Breakfast sounds really great right now.
Slowly drags
Shall we?
Callista.
Shall we?
Callista loves taunting people bigger than her.
Yep.
Mel, you are in fact able to hear this taunting that is just across the way from your room.
Yeah, Mel's just gonna let that happen.
Damien trying to herd them down to breakfast.
She'll make her way out in due course.
Okay,
I'll get up.
nice.
I
So you
get
got-
up. Sorry.
I get knocked down. So you guys head. So you guys head down to the to the main area of the inn, and you see Hardfist just kind of standing there. He looks kind of tired as he's like slowly blinking his eyes, but he's just like cleaning a glass. There's like no one else in the tavern at the moment. Sup?
Where is Penny?
She
seen-
she laughed a little bit ago. She just kind of she just kind of left.
Did
Maybe
she
she
say
went
where she was
foraging?
going?
She opened the door and she closed the door.
Yes, that is
I
how
That's
presume
women
it was
how it
closed
works.
after she left out. She left through it, and she did not merely open and close the door for no purpose.
That is as far as I saw.
Truly, you're so observant, Grail.
I don't know where she went. I don't know nothing outside the
Grail,
layers
like
of this
the
tavern.
Holy Grail?
Is that not how you pronounce his name?
I thought it was
I
I think
Grail.
it's
That is correct.
Grail.
No, it is Grail.
Stupid.
Oh, is it
Okay,
Grail?
never mind. I've been in the
Oh.
wrong the whole time.
As in, yes, it's like designed to be evocative
The Holy
of the image
Grail,
of a
yeah.
Holy Grail. Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
got you. I love Monty Python.
It took me this long to get that, huh?
Did say
It's got a holy hand grenade pack somewhere.
Not a Monty Python reference, but you know what? I'll vibe with that. Monty Python is good.
And
he
some
kind of
call him
looks at the
Ken.
rest of your group, but he just goes, so,
I mean, there's the whole. Sorry.
oh, you're good. So, yeah, Vol party?
Well, except for Penelope, because he's apparently left.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's not ideal.
I cannot have my first in command leaving with such little notice.
I'm sorry, you're what now?
You're first?
Recruiting's going that poorly, huh?
Recruiting?
Command. What are you talking about?
She is my left-hand
Oh,
woman in the Revolutionary Army.
You don't have an
Well,
army.
I
you
hope you're
have
right-handed
one
then.
person.
You do not know of my army. You do not know the support that I have garnered outside these walls.
I
Apparently,
can
can't be
fairly
much
well
different than
imagine
one.
it.
You see the
Can you
tiny
now?
gnome walk out, and the fun part about the door to the back room is that it's actually two separate doors. Is the main doors, and at the very bottom there's like a 3-foot door that opens separately, and you see this little gnome just open up this tiny little doors and walk out, and they have like little pigtails on, but they also have a face of like someone who's going to kill you. It's a very horrifying juxtaposition. But she walks out and she just like looks up at you guys. She just goes, "Oi, sit the fuck down or fuck off. Which one would you like?"
Whose angry lost child is this?
Who's sassy lost child? Is that?
Damien sighs and goes and takes a seat.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
going
sit
to go
down.
look for I'm going to go look for Penelope because, you know.
And as you say that, I come in through the front door.
Well,
Door opens.
You open the door
closes.
Open
Kind
the
of just like
door.
D&D is a very serious game.
bust it open and like, oh hi guys,
Busting
and you
it
see like
open.
the door. I bust the door open. I come in to the
Open the
inn,
door.
and
Door.
Mhm.
she's kind of dirty and sweaty.
what, are you all right?
Yeah, no. So, I know that you know we kind of talked through it before, and it was like, I wasn't unfortunately kidnapped because he liked me, you know, Greggy, and he didn't
Damien
actually
face
take
palm.
me. He didn't
Just gonna
actually
face in the
take
pants.
me because I borrowed the loaf of bread. Like he said it was because we were interesting or something. One way or another, the bakery is like just a little bit away, and I went to go, you know, pay off my debt. I worked a little.
You went to a bakery to pay off your debt.
Yeah, because like I didn't mean to steal it. I was borrowing it for a little bit. Like I was
I'll be
hungry.
honest, when you mentioned Greggy, I was a little worried at first.
Yes, I
But
thought you'd gone to bury his body.
That's
Um,
good of you to have done, Penelope.
Rather than bury his body, I was thinking, you are better than to just leave.
Right. Well, nonetheless, I am proud of you for paying off your debt.
Thank you. I try my best. And then she's gonna like, I guess the word is sidle or something into the kitchen. Like, hey, Artvist, I'm gonna use the kitchen real quick. Okay, thanks. Bye.
See the gnome slowly turn her head to look you. You guys been hearing the tip tap of her foot just kind of like tapping on the ground in impatience, and you just like go into the kitchen. She just turns her head. And it's the look of like sheer disappointment that you would get from like a parent figure as she like slowly looks at the kitchen door. She just goes, "Someone just entered my goddamn kitchen."
Don't worry. It's okay. I'm not gonna wreck anything. You can come in here and you can watch if you'd like.
I'm gonna make you all food. You don't get choice in what I make. And she turns around and walks into the kitchen.
Can I make a request?
As long as it has protein. Great.
Shut the
Can
fuck
I
up!
make a request?
Thank you.
You try to make the request in character, out character.
In character.
Shoot.
So I turned to Iron Fist. Iron Fist? What was it?
Hard
Is it Iron
fist.
Fist?
Hard
Hard
fist.
Fist.
Soft
And
hands.
I and I say
Hard fist, soft heart.
Mate, I'm a bit hungover. You reckon I could get a couple raw eggs?
Raw or cooked?
Raw.
He
Rawr.
kind of leans his head over to the door, and he's like, a couple raw eggs and a cup. Fuck! She'll get it for you.
Can I have some alcohol, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. What kind?
Just alcohol.
Yeah. He kind of reaches for like the top, like the top shelf shit, and he's like, nah, too good. And goes for the very, very bottom. He's like,
Ooh,
there's a couple
good.
copper. He walks over and puts it down on the table in front of you.
Thank you.
No. Goes back to his bar.
Man, he got over that crush quick.
Right? Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you see, he's like, he's cleaning the cup, but he's like kind of nodding off every couple seconds while he's cleaning it.
Oh, I so want to do a funny.
Good.
Sleeping last
Embrace
night?
your inner
You look
gremlin.
incredibly tired.
That's
I
out of
want to
character.
just thaumaturgy do the voice boom and then boo and scare this man.
Jesus
But
Christ.
that would most certainly get us kicked out or something.
As you say that, Davey, he like
He does
kind of
not
like looks
deserve
up at
this.
you, and he just goes, "It's been a long night. I had to stay up for a while, clean shit, cause Goldie, yeah, she blew up something in the kitchen, so I had to clean up a lot. You know how it is."
No.
Sorry to hear that.
So Penny backs out of the kitchen, and she like is holding
She
her.
chased out.
No, she has something, but it's underneath her cloak, and she comes over. She comes over to Arthurus, and she's like, "Okay, so I got some stuff. I did some extra work on top of paying off my debt, and I don't." You should remember, like, we were talking in the cell, and you said like, yeah, and well, you didn't actually say it. You were nodding your head, but when I was talking about the one night in the caravan, and I had this thing that this gnome made. It was a sandwich, and I was like, "Do you want to try it?" Because it was really good, and you were nodding your head, yeah. So here it is, and she like flourishes her cloak, like there's flour that kind of flies off of it and stuff, and it's essentially a grilled cheese
Okay.
for
Sorry.
Arthus.
Okay.
Here you go. Yeah, try it. I really like it. I think you'll like it too.
I will try it.
I'm sure after being hungover, that sandwich is gonna be bomb.
Yeah, I pick
It's
it up,
going to be
but
the single greatest thing in existence.
I pick
He's
it up.
going
I
half as hype as Penelope has been over this sandwich.
Yo,
I
my
pick
mouth
it
is
up.
watering IRL. For real, for real. I'm like,
Oh,
I wanna put a grilled
Let the
What'd you
man
say,
eat
Arthur?
his sandwich.
Oh, lower stock.
I pick it up. I tear it in half, and I give half back to Penelope.
Aww.
Oh.
Oh.
No way. I love these. I tried my hold on, wait, and she'll like grab a piece of the bread that got a little bit too burnt and like break it off of your sandwich. And then take a bite and then I'll eat mine. But I want to see what you look like when you have the bite because it's really good. I like it.
Okay.
Can Callista eat the burnt bit?
This bit's like fucking toasted to hell. Like this bit like
piece of
got a
charcoal.
little bit charcoal, on it. It looks like a black spot. You just see Callista like lean over and just
She's like drooling over, and Callista's like, just like Auntie Tasha used to make.
Well, I thank you,
You
mate.
like it?
And I
you like
take a bite, and fucking my eyes widen, and I go,
Neurons fire.
"Oh wow, that's actually decent. Thank you."
Jesus.
So you like it? That's great. Okay, yeah. And then she'll sit down and eat her half. as well.
This is bomber as shit. It's pretty decent. After a
He's
couple
like crying. He's like
minutes,
trying not to show it. He's like,
yeah.
after a couple minutes, you see the gnome come back, and she has like a couple plates like stacked on top of each other as she walks back, and she like pops up onto a tiny barrel, and then pops up onto a bigger barrel, and then pops up onto a stool, just to be roughly the same height as most of the table and stuff. She's a little bit taller than you guys while you're sitting down. But she like looks at you all and just goes, "All right, I got food, and a fuck you." And she places down the different plates and bowls and stuff like that. And then just just on her shoulder, you guys can just see a cup that is just filled with like 2 or 3 different like raw eggs. And she just kind of pulls it off and she puts it in front of Ortos. And there's a tiny little sign that's held onto a toothpick. And the tiny sign just says, "Fuck you."
I love her immediately.
I pick up the raw
Thank
eggs
you.
and I scull them without making a face.
Do you think C needed a magnifying glass to write that? Or did C just squint really, really hard?
I've written enough I could do it blind.
That's impressive, seeing as I need both eyes in order to write.
I'm shocked to learn that you can.
Just the sheer violence.
mean.
She just like looks at you all and shakes her head and just fucking starts walking away. All you hear is fucking children.
And Penelope yells after, "Just don't. The way I taught it, don't leave it on as long as I did, and it'll taste amazing." She taught her how to make the grilled cheese too.
Oh my god. I love it.
Cute.
she
Fuck
she just
everything
opens
else
the
in this
tiny little
campaign.
3-foot
This is
doors. and
Penelope
walks through.
show. Nothing else matters.
Callista is like chowing down on her food. I don't know food groups, so she grabs something
It's like
protein
stew.
related and like waves it at Griel, and she's just like, "You want it? You want
I imagine
it?"
Callista doesn't even know what protein is and is just waving a vegetable in front of Grail.
Probably.
Yeah.
You just stab into your stew and you're like, "This thing."
That'll do. That works.
She's got a fork and is trying to like show off the soup with the fork.
You're like
politely
utensil battering.
Delicately have the suit. He's just like trying to be polite about it.
I love the idea that Callista and Griel just start utensil battling with each other.
There could only be one gray character. We
The
are
question is,
fighting.
who's the breakfast king?
Obviously, Callista. Callista is the breakfast king.
Jesus
Oh my God, what
Christ.
if Callista's the king of the honey, whatever, camel toe? I don't. Where was the place?
What?
Honey something?
It's
What is the? I'm having a stroke.
the place
fucking place that we're by.
in?
The place
Harmonious
that
Haven.
Griel wants to dominate. Harmonious Haven. I'm sorry.
Did you say it was
yeah.
camel toe?
That is a totally different
That's
thing.
not what
I don't want to be the king of that. Grail could be the king of that.
No. Say that's like this is the.
Fuck.
I was gonna say that's gonna be like
Grail's
the
the
twist
king
at
of
the end of the
camel
game is Callista
That's
is the
what-
king of.
That's what Greel's wearing underneath his armor. That's why he never takes it off.
Took it off last night.
He's got a little fog on underneath. Little whale
like a
tail
jock
sticking
strap?
out of his armor.
Oh, I
Is
hate all of
Grail
that.
wearing a jockstrap?
Oh
This is
God,
the
no!
question that the chat needs to know.
I have so many mental
is
images
Grail
I did
wearing
not
what?
want in my head.
A
Is he
jock
wearing a
strap.
jockstrap? Is he commando? What's going on in Girl's pants? Besides justice.
Revolution.
Yes, the revolution.
Roll for gays.
I'm rolling for Greel's pants.
Jesus Christ.
Royal to fucking reveal.
Roll to peek down the back of
I
his
was gonna-
armor.
I'm just kidding.
Y'all hurt me. Okay, what you guys do for the next about 20 minutes in game or so? Something's happen after that, but do you guys do anything particular? You guys just saying they're fighting each other with forks?
Uh,
I'd like to imagine I'm seeing how many like spoons I can balance on Ortis before he notices.
Wow.
I notice. I just don't care.
Okay. See, because Callista wouldn't notice that you notice.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Grail is mildly if that Callista is disrespecting a fellow Asimar, but will not say anything.
Greel's just jealous that he's not getting spooned by Callista.
Didn't even mean for that joke, but I'll take it.
Mate, you can't call it that.
Why not? But you're being spooned.
I mean, technically,
yeah.
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 Perhaps after this,
spoonage.
we can visit the local stable and see if they have a spare muzzle.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of makes sense that you're a horse girl, Grail.
Oh, I'm dying. Okay.
Did not know that he was into that sort of behavior. To each their own.
Well, not to disappoint you, but you are not the kind I would ride into battle.
That's fine because I
Oh,
would.
damn it! Like,
I'm trying not to laugh when I'm unmuted, but
Okay. So far we've got Greel being spooned by Callista and Greel riding Callista. What next?
No, Grail is explicitly not riding Callista.
Oh my god, the sheer deadpan that you do that.
We know who wears the pants between them.
You would not be my steed.
Callista wears the pants and Greel wears the thong.
Oh god.
Or does
Okay.
he?
So after about
Grail
20
wears the
minutes or
full
so,
greaves.
That combination, whether he's going wearing a thong, or boxers, or if he's commando. I feel like he would be a commando guy because he's like the commander of an army, but I don't know if that has
Doesn't
anything to
have
do
an
with it.
army.
y'all concern me. Alright, after about 20 minutes or so,
Grail
of,
wears
I
another pair
guess
of pants
y'all
under his pants.
discussing each other's pants.
Wait, I actually do that IRL.
Did you just say Grail has another pair of pants under his pants?
Yes.
He wears exclusively shorts, pants, and armor leggings.
He actually has Crocs.
Does he have the
as
snap-on
well.
pants? Does he have the like? Can he rip the first pair off? Like, are they like the snap pants? Please tell me they're the snap pants.
I don't know what snap pants are.
They're like,
You
the
like pull them
straight
off really
pants that they
quickly.
rip
Hold
off.
on.
Jesus
I've
Christ.
never
Tear,
heard
they're
these before.
tearaway.
They're like
They're
pre-wrapped,
tearaway pants.
Why?
Hold on.
so you can rip them off quickly.
Here, I'm
It's-
setting a
Why
gift
are
Yeah.
you ripping them off?
It's what
for the exact
male
reason you might
strippers
think.
use.
Yeah.
Ah. I see.
Shockingly, it's a thing. Anyways, so after about 20 minutes of you guys listening to that, you guys see, of all people, you guys see, actually no, he wouldn't be in here. Who would be in here? Let me figure out who's gonna be in here. You guys are going to have this, yeah, I'll say you guys have like a, okay, hold on, I have somebody. I know for a fact I have somebody. Hold on.
okay, pause,
Goddamn.
wait, hold.
Hold your horses, hold your pants, boys.
All three
on.
pairs of them.
Sending a meme.
Ah,
This
here
is
it
why
is.
I drink.
So you guys see a fuck off notion. So you guys see a tiefling walk into the bar. He has midnight blue skin as well as pretty much like baby blue hair, and long curved horns. But he walks in with clad in dark leather armor, and he has a smile to him, but he walks kind of like many of you guys have seen like thieves and other people like that. Usually
Got
they
that
tend to hold
swagger.
them. Huh?
He's got that swagger.
Yeah, most thieves, most people who are like steal for a living or are generally in the criminal underground, they typically hold themselves in a specific way to make it so they have a very easy way of reacting to people. Usually very light-footed, usually a little bit more slender, and usually able to they look around the room as they enter, stuff like that. A lot of those small little things, at least probably Damien would notice, Mel would certainly notice. And probably maybe Grail would notice. He has all those traits. He walks in, he immediately scans the room, but he kind of like smoothly walks over to you guys and like leans against probably one of the pillars, and he's just like, "Yo, how y'all doing tonight?"
Well, it's not night,
In the
it's
morning.
morning.
Yeah, well, how y'all doing today then? Hmm?
We're
I
doing good.
assume you are
Who
here
are
on
you?
behalf of a mutual friend of ours?
Indeed, I'm actually here on behalf
Ah.
of most things dark, deep, and around the nature of the Haven. But mostly I work in terms of gathering secrets, shall we say, and information.
Okay,
Understood.
cool. So were you gonna
Nice.
tell us something, or were you just here to try and be cool?
Yeah, I just want to check on all y'all, see what kind of crew I've been tasked with talking to.
Would you like to sit down and have breakfast with us?
Absolutely. He like reaches over and grabs one of the stools and slides it up to him. You notice that Hard Fist, you see him like he's just been cleaning things, he's been kind of sleepy. When the tiefling walked in, he put down the cup. And he's like leaning against the bar at this point. But the tiefling kind of like pulls the seat over, and he sits down, and he's like, "You're definitely a fascinating little group. A lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different ways of interacting, I suppose." And he kind of looks at Grail. And that.
And that.
Yeah, you
Grail will say,
you're
staring
kind
at
of
this man.
different from the vibe of everyone around you, you know? I mean, you got the tall, dark, and spooky with the spiked armor and all that, you know.
It's okay. We pick on him for a reason.
When
You
did
are
y'all
free to
become a
ignore
crew?
the child, as I do.
Is that what you call it?
Well, since you're
Fascinating.
ignoring me, Callista scoots Greel's food over towards the newcomer since he was joining them.
Can I make a strength roll to stop her doing this?
you pretty much, I'm pretty sure your
You're
strength is
wrong.
far beyond hers.
Oh,
It is
man.
not difficult at all to stop her from moving your food.
I draw the line at attempting to interrupt my intake of protein.
Jesus Christ.
Damien sighs heavily and offers his bowl instead.
I appreciate the offer, but nah, I'm only here for a little bit. Plus the little Nomi over the guy knows my order pretty well at this point. You do see like she's like peeking through like the mini doors, and she has a knife in her hand and like a look of I'm gonna kill this son of a bitch. But she's just like leaning around the tiny little door. Yeah, they never liked me that much, but it's fine. You all eat, you know. I'm just kind of seeing how y'all functioning, you know. My name is Rennick, and all y'all.
Good job, DM. We can't make a funny joke out of that one.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about? Of course we can.
Yeah, it's just us and our
Redneck.
friend
My
Redneck.
back.
Rendick, obviously. Anyway,
Oh, Rendick, okay.
yeah, it's not hard.
Christ.
Unlike Rock Dick.
Yeah, completely different.
We will rock
Anyway,
it.
Mel pointedly ignores this individual because fuck him.
Fuck.
Yeah, I just continue eating. I don't care for him.
Callista extends a hand and it's just like, I'm Callista. Nice to meet you. I forgot
Nice
your
to
name
meet you
though, so
too.
you're gonna have to say it again.
Nice to meet you too, little lady. My name is Rennick. Good to see you.
I'm
Grail,
keep
I
an
would
eye on
say, is
him.
Grail is quite
Sorry.
interested, given that this man has said that he is about like information, intel,
Mhm.
and surveillance. Grail would see a lot of potential in this man and be interested in what he has to say.
Okay. Do you give him
I'm
your
just
name?
keeping a wary eye on him.
Can Callista lean over to Ortis real quick?
Mhm.
And, hey Ortis, do you know what's going on with this guy? Everyone else at the bar seems to hate him, but you kind of know the guys, right? So, like, what's the gossip? What's the
What's the
deal?
tea, sis? What's the
Spill
tea?
the tea.
All I know is he's a bit of a prick.
Yeah, I've been called worse.
Look at
Can you
his
say
head,
that
he's
out
got
loud?
2 horns on him. That is quite prickly. What else?
Hey. Hey.
Sorry, Damien. You're a very nice prick, though. We like you.
Oh my goodness.
Right. You know what? All right. Just go stop eating the soup.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I'm so sorry.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. He's like, I'm just gonna choose not to be offended by that.
So Callista calls tieflings pricks because of their horns. Nice to know.
He kind of looks at Grail, who's like seeming to be very interested, unlike Mel, who I assume is sitting next to me. He goes, "Tall, dark, and handsome. What's your deal, huh?"
You claim to be
Revolution.
about gathering information. You should know.
Well, I like
question
hearing
I
it
would
from the
ask
horse's mouth,
is-
shall we say?
Oh my god.
He is a horse guy. Or girl.
Yes.
Grethel's playing coy. He's just like, I don't know. What are you about?
I haven't time for small talk. What's the business you're here on?
Alright, well, I was hoping to have a little bit of conversation with you all folks, but the little lady here's the only one who seems to want to talk to me, so we'll get this done and over with, shall we say. I'll give your, whatever you count for as hair. So I'm here on business for the most part. A little bit of pleasure on my end, but mostly some business. See, there's, shall we say, a disappearing act going on every now and again. And one of the families up inside of the inner sanctum, they have requested the help of your benefactor, and so in turn he has sent all of you to go do so, and I am to lead you there, kind of make sure you don't get lost, shall we say.
So Greggy Poo sent you to, like, what, separate us or something?
I guess you could call it that, yes. Although I've never heard him have that name before.
Oh, we have a lot of nicknames for him.
Oh, do tell.
I look around at the group and I like
Penelope's-
gesture towards him. Go on. I don't know.
You are the
Penelope's
one
just
that appears so keen on these nicknames. Perhaps you should share.
He doesn't
Shaking
take
out
up that
cloak.
much space in my head, but I think he has more, real estate in yours.
The only real estate he takes up in my head are the many ways in which I will remove his.
Kind of
Anyway.
leans over to
Mine.
Penelope. Man, this boy's a little bit of a violent bunch, ain't he?
I guess. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. And she goes back to just shaking out her cloak, trying to get the flour off, and you know, generally not trying to draw attention to herself.
So you have our first assignment, I suppose.
I suppose
what
you
you're
call it
telling
that,
us.
yes.
Why don't you just get on with it and tell us what we're being forced to do?
I already did.
With detail?
Oh. He kind of immediately looks around the room, and you see Hardfist just kind of, he leans back against his shelf of wine, and he goes, all right, anyway, yeah, so what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be taking you all to the inner sanctum, talking with a little family right there. They want you to investigate the mysterious disappearance of one of their kin. He died about a couple days ago or so. Now he's just gone. They don't know what's going on, but this information leaks out, could be kind of bad. You know what it's like.
You want us to investigate
Ha,
the disappearance of
them.
a corpse?
Yes.
All right. Utterly banal. Shall we get on with it then?
He kind of stands up and like he pulls out his knife and kind of like flips it around in like a fun show. He's like, "Of course."
Is that supposed to be impressive?
When are we getting
No.
our tattoos?
It's just supposed to be fun.
Well,
Perhaps
I
he's
do
got a
like
nervous
fun.
habit.
You all don't seem to have a sense of humor. This is very sad to see. And he puts away his
No,
knife
see,
and he like,
mine
turns
got
around.
stripped out.
You're just
of
not
me
funny, mate.
when someone forced me to sign a contract under duress.
Oh yeah, he does that.
Oh, so you know him well.
No, not really, but I know everyone in this town, so
Gosh, you get around, don't you?
no, quite more than you think.
I cast Gaydar. No, I'm just kidding. To interpret how much he gets around.
winks at Callista.
What can I roll to see how much he gets around?
Callista does not like the wink. She hides behind Mel.
You're more than
Mel
welcome
like
to.
protectively moves him.
Okay,
closer
what am I
to
rolling?
Callista.
What am I
Roll me an
rolling?
insight.
Perception. Insight, okay.
For Gaydar.
This is the second one per episode, baby.
Oh, he gets
Okay.
around. you
Damn,
could
this
tell.
man
He
sucks.
from the way that he looks at like Callista and Griel and stuff, you're fairly confident if it has a pulse, he will fuck it. If it doesn't have a pulse, it's very debatable.
He will.
Penguin logic, I see.
Well,
I see. We're
I
getting the
will
answer to the missing
just-
corpse already.
Oh,
oh no. Damien's just gonna mind his own business and be glad the attention's not on him.
Can we smash cut to the inner sanctum?
Smash!
5 minutes left.
God. We got another hour.
Or were we planning on going longer?
Yeah, we go until 9. Well, 9 my time. But he like smiles and winks and before he starts heading out the door. Clearly not really giving a shit if you guys follow.
Okay. Well.
Finish our breakfast.
Yep.
Yeah, Grail is not letting any protein go to waste.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you guys
Penny
talk about that?
So, do we follow the?
I think it's safe to say that is definitely a prick. But I believe the word you were looking for earlier, Callista, is tiefling.
Oh. Well, now we just need to find out if he's the type that pricks or gets pricked. Because honestly, he scares me.
He is distasteful. I know we're not allowed to kill Greg. Does it say anything in our contract about his agents?
There was a mention of not being allowed to kill innocents. So I
I
would
don't
assume
think he's
that man
I
is
innocent.
fair
doubt he's
game.
innocent. You just said anything with a pulse, he fucks, and anything without a
Yeah,
pulse,
so he's
debatable.
not-
Yeah, I was
So
leaving.
I don't think he's
I was
innocent.
I don't think
finishing
you know
that
that.
by saying, so I think he's fair game.
Penny's just standing between the door because she had started following him.
He is
Mhm.
quite
She's
far from
standing
innocent.
in the middle. Like, yeah, I don't know which way to go.
Mel will stand up and sort of dust herself off. Right, you lot enjoy your breakfast. I'm going to go make sure our compatriot doesn't get too far.
We probably should follow him.
Damien sighs and gets up and follows as well.
Yeah.
Considering the contract and all, we probably should, but I think I'm gonna
Just get it in a
stand
to-go box. You'll be fine.
a good distance
Just take the
away.
bowl with you.
Hold on. I'll be back.
No worries. Alright, I guess I start following Dude Bro.
There's a fucking whitetail.
White
Oh,
tail.
gross.
Yeah, spider.
It's
No.
not just washer.
I will be back.
Okay. But you walk outside and you just see him like kind of like flipping around his knives, just kind of like juggling them for whatever reason. Do 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 do. Oh hi.
Yes, great.
Good way to get a finger cut.
Please, I've been doing this since I was 4. Do 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 do. He
That
starts doing it behind his back.
explains
I'm not one
a
to talk on
lot.
irresponsibility, but
The temptation to cast command freeze.
I have suggestion.
He like flips his knives up in the air. They do like a weird spin. He just kind of pulls out his sheath and he goes, "Hoyo!" and it slides in.
I cast reduce on the sheath. I'm just kidding. I want to though. I want to be like enlarged knife.
You're more than welcome to shrink it if you like.
No, I'm not gonna.
Don't waste
He's
I'm not
not
gonna waste a
on this
second level
crap.
spell slot on this motherfucker. He's not worth it.
And he's like, all right, well, with all you guys here, let's all walk. And he just starts walking.
I sprayed the spider. I put the fly spray back and I came back and it's gone.
why did you spray it and not just squish it, you coward?
Because it was way up high. I couldn't reach it.
You're tall. Jump.
He's a burn down now. I'm sorry. That's
I
the
jump, I
rules.
miss it, and then it's gone as well.
I mean, pull out my
Yeah,
rocket
to
find
launcher.
a new
Lands
home.
on you. Squish.
Sorry, but the house is
Whitetails are the
now.
only poisonous spiders we have, and
I don't care. Squish.
Oh, it's poisonous. Cool, cool. Set the building on fire.
Why are you in that
Alright.
spider's house?
I guess we
not.
followed the dingus.
Yeah, we
The
followed
dingus?
Blue.
Prick.
I don't know what to call him. I'm not calling him by his name because I've already forgotten it.
Call
Oh
him
wait, no,
Prick.
it's Rennick.
Renrick?
Ren.
Rennick.
Blue
Ren Prick.
Blue.
Guys.
Ren
Prick.
Prick.
Rank
There we
Rick,
go.
you're so right. Rank Rick because he's gross.
Rank Rick.
He's
No,
gross.
Ren Prick.
You sound like
You're fair.
Scooby Doo talking. Renrick.
Renrick.
I follow Ortus.
He
Jesus
winks at
Christ.
Callista and she's like, ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Good lord. All right.
Good lord.
Let me move you guys over to Ammonia's Haven's general map. Dunk. There you go.
Yippee.
So you guys are
You
more or less in
mean
the outskirts
honey?
at the moment.
Yeah.
Kind of going from the inn over into Technolopolis, which as you guys walk through it, for those of you who aren't familiar with the territory very much, is where the humans and the gnomes more or less make semi-peaceful civilization, with the gnomes looking to advance technology to whatever degree they can, which mostly involves finding the biggest and best ways to use explosive powders into something that won't kill people. Well, the people using them, at least. So they're making like all kinds of bombs. They're trying to make guns. Most of it fails. So you guys are pretty much just constantly hearing the cacophony of explosions every now and again as you guys walk through the town. Eventually, you guys reach the inner sanctum, which is significantly more quiet. It's also significantly smaller. This is primarily used for the ambassadors. At the very center is the ambassadors' like main hub, which is where most meetings are called for the towns and stuff like that. You guys are vaguely aware that about like probably 2 weeks or so ago, an emergency meeting was called, but none of you guys know the details surrounding that. But he kind of brings you
Was
guys a
someone
little
voted
bit.
out? If it was an emergency meeting, was someone voted out?
Jesus. So you guys walk into the inner sanctum. You guys walk a little bit a ways from the area, and you guys see a little house that he's bringing you to. It's kind of a little bit separated from the rest of them, but it has like a few different, like it's like a small collection of almost manors of sorts. And please don't draw penises.
Oh, you're talking about? Pet can't see anything.
Wait, we can draw?
Yes, you can draw.
I figured it
Hold
out.
on.
I'm not gonna share the knowledge.
No drawing lewd shit, please. Anyways, so you guys walk into this small area, and he kind of brings you to a house, and he goes, "All right, this is the house of the Lord Ardrin, and well, kind of sort of a lady, Celeste Miran. We mostly just call it Celeste. She's the younger sister of the deceased, so maybe, try not to piss her off too much. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have fun. Just knock on the door. Let them know you're here. And bye. And he winks to Grail.
How will Greg know we're done?
Oh, don't worry. We'll know.
Didn't he say he could see us through like some magical stuff? Or with that card
Oh.
lady who could see us?
I thought it was the card person.
Yes, it was that card person. Threatened to teleport us back should we try to escape.
Oh yeah, and I thought we could play tag with her.
Well, you all have
So-
fun meeting the boy and girl and all that jazz. He just slowly starts walking away.
Okay. I guess we have to go in then?
It seems like it.
I knock again on the door. Penelope's really good at knocking, you guys.
As you knock on the door, you hear some movement from the area before the door slowly opens. And you see this rather old man, probably around like 70 years old, holds a cane. He has a very thick outfit on, a lot of different like semi-royal-ish clothes. He's definitely high class. He's holding a cane which looks to be made from like a very dense wood and probably very expensive too. And he looks at you and he just goes, how can I help you?
We were told that you needed our help, or I guess maybe you needed Greg's help, and he sent us to help you.
Gregory sent you,
Yeah.
I see. Well, what do you know about the situation at hand?
Oh, we don't.
Vaguely.
We
in
have been
the
informed that a
loosest of
corpse has
terms.
disappeared. Little beyond that.
Yes, my poor son disappeared some time ago. My daughter can tell you more. Come in. Come in. The house has
Okay.
been decently taken care of. He just slowly starts walking away from the door.
I will follow.
I guess I also follow.
Okay.
We do
Yeah,
that.
tag along.
Let's go see what he wants, I guess.
You all walk through the house, and it's a really, really pretty house. It is clearly excessively expensive. For those of you who were raised kind of in the outskirts or just generally in other areas, this is more expensive than probably any house you've realistically been in. Mel, this is kind of peasant territory for you, but you can
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
respect.
It's whatever. It's whatever.
It's where everyone else, this is like astonishingly nice housing as he like just slowly walks through it. You all walking behind him, so it's like one step and then one step, and then he's old, so
It's
it
okay.
takes a while.
I said, it's okay. Penelope's just looking at everything. Like, wow.
There's a lot of books all over the area. Some of them you guys recognize, some of them you don't. A lot of old copies of books as well. There's pictures of him and what is probably his daughter and his son, both humans as well. Although there's a little bit of a weird look to the male for whatever reason. But you guys walk through the area, and at the kind of living room section, you see a woman, probably mid-30s or so, also dressed up in really, really nice clothing. Like a full-on dress, and has a couple pearls around her neck and a few other bits and pieces. Not quite as fanciful as this man is, but it is still, pretty decently well off. And she looks over at your full-ass group come into the living room, and she just kind of looks at you
Very
all and
normal.
goes, I wasn't expecting visitors. How can we help you?
Actually, we were here to help you. That's kind of our biz.
Oh.
Our deal.
Huh. The old man sits down. He goes, "It's okay, Celeste. They were informed by Gregory. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we work for him
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
way.
Work is a very loose term, but yes.
Yeah.
They know.
We are
Some of the
contracted to perform
information.
services in exchange for goods. I believe that constitutes work.
Yes. Well, look, my father's a little bit old. How much information do you all know?
There's a
Nothing.
missing body. That's it.
That's-
Rah
Oh.
rah, someone vanished. Rah rah, kid dead.
Well,
You must excuse
little
her.
more
She is
delicate.
horribly socially inept.
Is the old guy faking it?
Callista looks at Griel and she goes,
Is
rah
the
rah,
old
in a
guy
more
faking
aggressive
it?
voice.
Jesus Christ. She looks very awkward. Whoever wants to, you guys are welcome to roll insight on her at any point if something feels off to you or whatever. But she looks somewhat awkward, which might be from the person roaring in the middle of their room. But she's like fidgeting with her hands, and she's like,
I will also. roll
Jesus
insight.
Christ.
26.
Does that tell me anything?
Good God, people. I keep forgetting. I always get insight, people.
Okay, if we all
did you
if we're all
roll,
rolling,
Penelope?
I don't have insight at all, but I want to join in.
Let's
Yeah,
find
I'm
that
on this one.
nat
Ooh.
20.
Fuck. Did you roll, Penelope?
Okay.
No,
Okay.
because Penelope doesn't really do insight. But I guess I
I'll
could.
roll an insight.
You come on, you're gonna get the nat 20.
I feel like in this scenario, Grail is
Oh,
Fuck
distrusting.
me sideways.
Yeah, go Callista.
Guess who's sick?
Yeah, that's very fitting. Okay.
Once again,
Yep, I told you. Penelope doesn't do insight.
So,
It's okay, I got you, Penelope.
Callista, you've been around the Fae. Faes have a very natural way of speaking, because they basically just don't lie most of the time. And so you got very very good at figuring out when people have tells because they wouldn't lie to you. They would just circumvent the truth, shall we say.
Obviously, who would ever lie to me? That would be such a dumb and silly thing to do.
So you got very good at paying attention to people's tells, which also means you're really, really good at poker. Grail,
I don't know.
you don't like people lying to you, so you got kind of used to like a little bit of it. Some people's perks just stand right out to you. Mel.
You know what I'm about.
You're in,
You know what I'm-
you
know what
catch
I'm
fucking
about.
everything that this chick has. Nothing escapes your vision. So, which is hilarious. For the future, the fact that you got 26 and Callista got 25 is fucking hilarious to me. It is very funny for future reasons. But
Girl bosses.
two girl bosses.
Yeah, exactly.
Capital gas. God
So-
forbid women do anything.
You guys
Yeah, right.
are kind of talking to her. And Mel and Callista, you immediately notice her fidgeting is not is not because of Callista roaring. Her fidgeting is very is she's feeling uncomfortable. She's feeling very nervous. All of her mannerisms are basically telling you guys that she is very, very nervous to see all of you here and is very uncomfortable about the fact that you guys are here. And she kind of is like, well, yes. So the missing body is my brother. Hold on just a moment. Named Evander. He disappeared about a week or so ago. We don't really know what happened exactly, but he disappeared, and then we found him, but he was dead, and obviously that could be kind of difficult for our image, so we decided to arrange a private cremation. So no way we really have to worry about it. We fabricate something, make it so the general populace doesn't worry too much. It could be difficult if they it knows that, right? But so
How long was he missing?
2 days, roughly speaking.
Was an autopsy
Sound like a
performed to
question.
determine the cause of death?
We were going to, but then his body disappeared.
So to be clear, he disappeared for a week.
No,
Then
he
he died.
disappeared for 2 days. We found him
Close
last week.
Right. He was dead.
Yes.
Then you decided to cremate his body.
Yes.
And then his body disappeared.
Yes.
Do you recall seeing any strange markings on his body, like any strange injuries before you popped them in the furnace?
Well, they didn't have
They
a
didn't get a chance to
to
pop him in the
cremate him.
furnace, as you put it.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
reckon
So the
a
body is
necromancer
still
got to
missing.
him.
Yes, that's kind of why we want you. We want him to rest. We want to know what happened to him. The last we saw of him, we put him in the a little private area, and I saw him, and the mortician saw him, and then someone else too.
Take
But,
us
yeah.
to this area that you last saw him.
Oh, absolutely. She kind of looks at
Did you-
her dad for a second. He just kind of nods. What you want to say, Gro?
What was the man's line of work? Did he accrue any enemies in the process of this, or in his daily life otherwise?
No, we don't have enemies. We make the laws based on a lot of the peoples. We listen to the town meetings, and we figure out what problems they're having, and we figure out how to fix them, what problems can be solved, and who will listen and who won't, and the separation and all that. that was majority of his job, and now it's come my job.
Damien comes over, he interrupts her.
Mhm.
Puts a hand on her shoulder. And kind of gets between her and Griel. Like, just to, like, kind of body blocking a little bit, but not, like, just very subtly.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, we can discuss the nature of his work later. He kind of gives her, like, a don't talk about it too much kind of look.
Yeah, Grail, hearing all of this, is just getting more and more suspicious. He already did not trust her even before the insight roll, but...
He's gonna lean in and say, I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am, miss.
Thank you.
We will do our
it's a hard
best
time
to
for
find some
our
justice
family.
for you. We do need to know any information that you can help. Obviously, you were aware of our employer and possibly his methodology. This will be done well, regardless of if we are the ones doing it or not. So please cooperate with us so we can help you.
Okay. Well, there was something else. He's.
Would you feel more comfortable discussing this matter elsewhere, or with perhaps only one or two of us? You seem a little nervous.
Can I investigate the old guy?
You're more than welcome to. What are you trying to investigate exactly?
Damien's got his hand. I just want to. He's like kind of leaning in. He's talking very gently and like relaxed.
Mhm.
He's got his hand on her. He's like, "Can I like? Is she attracted to me at all? Can I? Am I putting on any sort of natural charm? Like,
Roll to be hot.
You can tell she finds you appealing, but she is uncomfortable enough that it's not really registering to her too much. As you had touched her shoulder, she did flinch really hard for just a moment.
He gently takes his hand off of her shoulder
Mhm.
when he notices her flinch, but he still, is
leaning and talking softly.
addressing her directly and kind of like, hey, like, what can I do for you?
Real quick.
He seems she's nervous. He doesn't quite know why she's nervous, but he's like, hey, like, you're having some anxiety. Let me help you out. Like,
real quick, Ortis, what were you trying to investigate on the old man exactly?
Just his whole vibe.
You can tell it's kind of his nappy time.
Can I?
He's like sitting there, he's kind of like nodding off a little bit. Every now and then he'll like peek up and like look at all you and then kind of go, yeah, people.
Can I like check if he knows magic? Because I
don't
like investigate to see, or like, no, I don't think I can.
No, there'd be no general tells of magic unless they start trying to use them. He just seems like a 70-year-old tired old man.
Two things, DM, if I may.
So he's not a necromancer.
It's not a necromancer. Two things. One, regarding this lady in front of us, whose name I've already forgotten. I apologize.
Good.
You said she
Does
was
she have a name?
with
Celeste. Yes, Celeste.
Celeste. You said she was nervous because we were here. Is that because we're like she didn't expect us to like? I don't know how much I can get from 26. Is she nervous because she didn't expect us to visit her direct like this soon, or is she nervous because she wasn't expecting us?
From what you can tell, she was probably expecting someone to investigate the disappearance of her brother, but probably not expecting you guys to be in her house.
Right. Second thing, you said she's looking at the old man. How often is she doing that?
That's a good question. Probably, so most of the time that she starts saying something or another, like saying, he disappeared, or, the mortician was also there, or they found his body. She looks at him every now and again, almost, from what you can tell, kind of almost like she's wanting him to say something, or wanting him to stop her from saying something. You kind of get that vibe.
No worries. In that case, once everyone else, because I assume the rest of the party will go with her to like check out the place where the body was.
Mhm.
When they do that, Mal will stay behind
Okay,
to
good to know.
chat with the old man.
All right, so yeah, Damien, you're like you're really next to her. You're probably kneeling down since she's
Yeah, I'm
sitting
encouraging
there.
her to take us there, and
Yeah, she you know, it's like there's one other thing. Yeah, she does look at her father when she says this, and he just kind of nods again. And she goes, eh, my brother's been sick for a while. I don't know if you would call it sick, but he's just been odd for a while. He not as kind of nice as he used to be. He had a small limp well a couple weeks before he disappeared. He every now and again he would just kind of run out of breath, which isn't too abnormal, but it was kind of weird. And he would snap a lot as well. But he kept fidgeting with his hands and kept like rubbing at his arms. And it seemed like he was just kind of in pain for a little while. When we found his body, his veins were black.
okay, I'm gonna roll medicine to see if I know what the fuck that means.
As she says that, can I see if the veins on any of the other family members are black as well?
From what you can see of the old man's body, which is not a whole lot, mostly his hands and face and neck and stuff, he does not. Same with the lady. She's wearing like a full dress, so you can again mostly see her neck, a little bit of her cleavage, and then her hands and stuff, and there doesn't seem to be any black veins. With your 21, you do not know of any naturally occurring poisons that would cause black veins. There are some magics that can. If you overdo your magic excessively, you could potentially make your veins turn black. Usually immediately results in death right afterwards, or like your body will decompose a little bit faster and like your veins will explode in your arms, which is kind of disturbing. Hasn't happened a lot with overuse of magic because no one really ever gets to that point. You also note that necromancy is a very common way of, black spider webs across your body and stuff like that.
Yes.
Perchance was your late brother a mage of some sort?
Oh no, we
Did he practice magic?
we don't have magic that flows through us. It's one of the reasons why we're the peacekeepers of the town, is because we don't
Insight time.
we don't have magic. From what you can tell, she seems to be telling the truth. It's kind of hard to tell considering all of her other mannerisms are still, anxious, awkward, and concerned, but she seems to be telling the truth from what you can tell. Yeah, we're not spellcasters. We don't
Celeste,
have any magical
darling,
capabilities.
dear, can I call you Celeste?
Yeah, that is my name. Lady Celeste is usually more proper.
Are you being entirely honest?
Yes.
You understand that all of this, strictly confidential and will not get back to the public in any way.
Yes. That's
So
what I was hoping.
any chance that your brother was into any sort of magic or knew anyone closely who casted. That's very important information. Given the description of your the symptoms that he was having.
I don't think he was close to anyone. He didn't talk about anyone. Although near the end he didn't really talk to anyone. He just kind of isolated a little bit. He wandered off every now and again, so a day or two without seeing him was generally kind of regular.
Understand. Did he collect anything? Did he have any sort of collections of, I don't know, do you have a library? Did he collect
he collected
crystals?
shells. He almost always had a shell necklace around his neck.
Is Damien the only person with her?
No, everyone's there.
Okay, like Damien's deep. He's thinking about something.
Callista taps Damien's shoulder and whispers in his ear, and she's like,
He leans down for her to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Pull your shirt down a little and call her a good girl. It'll.
Damien clears his throat and straightens up and immediately takes a step backwards and kind of adjusts his clothes like to be a little more like he's like that is all for me. That's all I can think of. Thank you.
he hears that he actively does one button up, and he's like, never mind.
She's like, yeah, of course. I can take you all to the to the mortician's home. That's where we keep most of the bodies in the. It's kind of like a morgue, but it's like private morgue of so you know what it is. I assume.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Good. Okay. As she like stands up and she again looks at her dad and he kind of nods again before she's like, follow me, and she starts walking out the doors or through the hallway and then out the doors.
Okay, I follow. Do.
Is everyone out
Follow everyone
than
else.
Mel follow?
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Cool. So you all kind of walk out the doors for the most part, just kind of following her. Mel, you are now just in the room alone with the old man. He's again just leaning on the cane, and he looks very tired and kind of
Mel
sad.
sort of looks around for a moment and then takes a seat and sort of stares at him for a good long minute before she says anything.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to. So I want to insight on him, and
Okay.
then I'm going to say something. So let me find my character sheet because it has Vanisto. Boop. Insight.
Mhm.
Normal roll, please.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So what's his vibe? What's his vibe?
Jesus
Just-
fucking Christ.
The first nat 20. Let's go.
So
What's this
red
old
this
man's
man.
vibe?
Somehow
really have
is
a plug out of
always
that old
either
man.
perception or insight that gets the first natural 20 of almost every single session I have done in either of my campaigns so far.
Well, yes.
Absolutely wild.
Of course.
But you're saying there, you're looking at him, you're seeing his general vibes and stuff like that. And from what you can tell, at first, he's just an old man. He's tired, he's, leaning on his cane, he's like kind of breathing a little bit slowly, and his eyes keep fluttering and such. As you just kind of sit there and you look at him and you give him a real hard look. You lean back, you fold your arms, and you just look and you stare. You've done this numerous times in your life. It is common practice for you to do this.
And he looks at me, and I look at him.
And you hardcore look at the different movements he makes, the twitches of his hands, even the wrinkle of his eyebrows and stuff like that. And you realize everything that he's doing is 100% an act. He
I
has
fucking knew it.
the way he's gripping his cane is the way an aged fighter would be holding a sword rather than like a cane kind of thing. His hands have scarring on them from what you can see across his palm from literally thousands of fights. The back of his hand, all of his knuckles are just straight up broken. And they reformed very badly. He is clearly a seasoned fighter. He is tired from what the looks of it is, but from what you can tell, he has more
He took his
control.
melatonin gummies.
He has more control over his body than even Grail does. He could probably 1v1 Grail and come out the victor just from what you're seeing of him, which
After
is
this sort of,
astonishing.
yeah,
Buff
after a
old
solid
man.
minute of like staring.
Hmm.
Right, so are we going to continue the act until they get back, or can we have an actual conversation?
What are you, child?
Significantly older than you, I'm afraid.
Usually works on youngins, not often on
Yes.
those who age. Should have expected
I'm-
from an elf.
Regardless, you did a good job. I'm
Damn,
sure you
don't
had
bring
the
race
others
into it,
convinced.
dude.
You
Now-
see him like go from like bending over, leaning on his cane, tired, before he slowly starts to like straighten up his back, which you can hear like his back popping several times as he does so, before he leans fully back, and his cape, kind of, whatever he's wearing over top of him, the very thick, burly clothing he's wearing, kind of like falls a little bit open as he does so, and you can see just from his chest frame the amount of muscle on this man would put Ortis to shame. And he like leans fully back and he looks at you as he grips his cane, and his eyes like fully open. And give me a wisdom save real quick.
Everyone?
save?
Is that everyone?
Oh, I mean, that's still 10. But
Still
like,
10.
He's trying to
sheer-
intimidate you.
As he like leans back up and such, the sheer
Okay.
undeniable
What if you're not there?
presence.
Oh, wait, this is a saving throw, right? Hold on. I might
Yes,
be able to
this
do
is
something-
a
something
saving
to this.
throw,
I
yes.
think does this work on saving throws? No, it only works on skills. Sadness.
So the sheer presence of this man, the fact that he is like he sits up fully and he stares you down, you're very used to this kind of feeling, and it sends a shiver down your spine, because it's not someone who looks down on you, it's someone who can kill you and would.
Can I try and intimidate him?
Are you in the room?
I didn't think you were in the room. I thought you went with Celeste.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's only Mel in the room with the old granddad.
I
and
believe so.
Peepaw's
Can I
trying to
try and
scare
intimidate
her.
him?
I don't think you're in the room, my guy.
I'm not?
I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
No,
you went
'cause
with
everyone
the
else.
rest.
Everyone else went with the rest of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he like leans back and a shiver runs down your spine. A pure, undeniable quantity of fear you can feel go through your veins, just as a natural body reflex to the sheer aura this man is pulling out. It's not even like a natural, like you're not consciously
aura.
afraid of him. Yeah, his aura itself just makes your blood run cold as he looks at you.
I love Hunter x Hunter.
He's using his N.
But tell
Would
me,
you
does his cane have both the properties of rubber and gum?
God. But
Oh,
he
fuck
looks
that.
at he looks at Mel
him.
and he's just like, so an elf, huh?
Certainly. Now,
Hmm.
if you'd be so darling as to answer my questions, first of all, You need, well, it's not a question per se, but you need to teach your daughter to act better.
She's still learning. She has time.
I understand that, but her constant looks to you were less than stellar.
Indeed.
Now, to the matter at hand, your son, and I suppose by extension, your family, your daughter claims you can't use magic. Is this true?
Indeed. I was raised a fighter. I don't need magic to crush a mage's windpipe.
Right, but your son...
Badass.
My son has no magical abilities in any way, shape, or form. He is, without any other qualifications, an absolute incompetent waste of space and breath.
Is or was?
Both.
Oh.
Both.
Ding 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 ding.
If he is still alive, finding him would be more trouble than it's worth.
I thought you said he... Well, you didn't say. But we were brought here on the assumption that he was a corpse.
He was. But corpses don't stand up and leave.
So he left of his own volition.
Who knows? He left.
I'm thinking
don't-
necromancy.
But you don't think his body was removed? You think it left?
There was no entry from the outside. Simply, the door opened and it was closed. He was there, and then
Just
it
like
wasn't.
Penny!
Wait,
So,
no.
No, Penny's the killer.
So either someone
Penny's actually a
teleported.
necromancer. I can't believe this.
Penny is
So,
the corpse snapper.
God. So either
No, I
someone
just make grilled
teleported
cheese.
inside and stole
Out of
his
what?
body, which considering
cheese?
he has no potential and no form of usefulness in any way, shape, or form, I shudder at the thought that someone would require his body for something when they have so many more magnificent specimens in town or even the outskirts with them orcs. He says this with a word of disdain, by the way, you can feel.
We love fantasy racism.
Very much so.
That's how we know he's really a bad guy.
So either he stood up and he left, which corpses don't do, or he was gathered, which is even more infeasible to me.
Right. Fascinating. Do you have, unlike your daughter, who I assume knows nothing of this, do you have any leads worth a damn, or are we to expect to pick it up from the ground?
He kind of shrugs and he just goes, the mortician might give you more answers, but last I saw of his body, they found him just outside of our house. And it's a wonder no one else saw his pathetic, useless waste of space. We brought him over to the mortician's area, and it was late at night, so the mortician decided he would get to it in the morning. Might as well for someone like him. And next day, mortician came
not
by.
a night-tician.
Mortician came
Sorry.
by, and there was no body to be found. At first, the assumption was that somebody ran in, grabbed him, and threw him into the river, just to insult him even more, but there was no sign of entering and breaking. So we just assumed he left.
Right. Interesting.
If you require help on this case, I am sorry, but you really, really shouldn't be bothering.
So I assume then the only reason we've been called in at all is at the behest of your daughter.
Indeed, for some ungodly reason, she seems to find love for that piece of shit. He had no potential in combat, no potential in magic, barely could read worth a damn. He had a good heart, but, well, I'd rather crush it.
I see. Interesting. Well, you've been most informative,
Hmm.
child, but I must be going. You can resume your act. I doubt any of my compatriots will see through it. Have a good day, though I doubt it will be.
He kind of like slowly leans over and he just goes, "Have the day you deserve." He immediately moves back into his position.
Who's spitting
Mel-
Grandpa's
Mel-
cereal? What the hell?
Walks out into the corridor and then goes, wait, fuck, I don't know which way they went.
Oh no.
So I'm just going to start exploring the house. No one can stop me.
I mean,
They
hey,
let
Trey.
me in.
Steal
That's on
my
them.
Stuff. Steal my
Jesus
stuff.
Christ. You
Hey, they let me
you
into
do
the
have to
house. That's
take
on
a
them.
moment once you get into the hallway, and like the aura just kind of fades a little bit. You gotta have to take a moment to just kind of like calm yourself ever so slightly, because like it managed to raise your heart,
It's,
air quote, heart rate.
yeah, I would say it's not so much fear
Mm-hmm.
anymore, but there's like a lingering rage. There's
Mm-hmm.
a deep sense, like, within Mel that she wants to expedite this old man's existence.
Cast ray of
but-
sickness.
But she
Make him shit his
resists the
pants.
urge. Make him vomit into that fireplace. I'm going to go exploring the house. They can't stop me. There's no one around, and the old man doesn't care enough, I don't think.
Yeah, fair enough. You would know that there is probably the son's room somewhere in there, so it takes you a minute, but you do find it. In the meantime, we're going to be looking over at the main crew. You guys all head to with Celeste, and you all head to this. It's a little bit of ways away from their house inside the inner sanctum, but it's not too far. Probably like a 5-minute walk or so, and it's a very small, little quaint house. As you guys walk in, you notice it's there's a older gentleman there. He seems to be a dwarf for whatever reason. He seems to have like a little bit of age on him, but he's clearly not like ancient in dwarf ages. But he looks at you guys as you guys walk in. He goes, "Ah, I see. You brought some folks to investigate, huh? Sup?"
I'm not familiar with this vernacular.
Nah, you won't be. Spent a lot of time
you
inside
are
the
not well
outskirts,
versed in
spent a
the
lot of time
dwarven
with other
tongue.
folks. I speak in a very weird way, boys and girls, and whatever the hell you are. He looks at Grail.
Whatever the hell I am. My
Indeed.
question indeed.
Got some weird everything going on there. I've seen a few orcs with your skin. Normally guys have them like tusks and stuff, you know.
Not orcish, I'll give you that.
Ah,
Regardless, we're here to investigate a missing body. Perhaps you may expedite our investigation.
you guys must be here since you were Celeste. You guys must be here for what was his name? Evander? Yeah, you guys must be for him. All right, well, so I brought him down here, right? It was like last week or so. I brought him down here, right? Brought him into here, put him down thing, but it was late at night. You know, I was tired. He was dead, probably. He might have just been tired. I'm not entirely sure. He looked dead. He felt dead. He breathed dead, and by that I mean he didn't. But yeah, I put him down on this little slab right here. He kind of slaps the giant, 7-foot slab of stone next to him. I was gonna slice him open, slice and dice and all that, but I had some food I needed to eat, and I had my little wifey over inside my house over there. She want to spend some quality time with her
I'd like
man.
to investigate the slab while he's talking.
You're more than welcome to. Roll me a perception check.
Ignore man.
Oh.
Investigate
Okay,
wrong.
perception. Never
investigation
mind.
works too.
Ignore that. That was a... Nope. Perception.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You said perception.
How's it
Perceived.
always perception? How's it always perception?
I'm feeling that slab. Oh.
You're like, oh, that's a slab already.
You slapped it and it
It's
made like
all
the
coming
perfect
together
slap
now.
sound, and you just got the knowledge beamed into your brain.
I put
As-
my hand on the slab, and actually the body's still there, it's just invisible.
You start investigating the slab a little bit, and the top portion's perfectly clean. You assume he cleans this probably daily, especially with the different bodies that come in and out every day. You start looking around it, you start looking under it, investigating most of the thing. He doesn't seem even slightly bothered by it. He's just chatting away at this point, talking about his wife and the entertainment that he wishes to produce with his wife. It sounds very wrong. Anyways, you're looking around this thing, and it takes you a minute. Most of which you guys are just getting your ears filled with information about cotton candy and happy joys and shit. He's also telling you exactly how he made his bed, by the way. Like, he put his bed together. It's a very long-winded tale. But you're investigating this thing. As you look under it, into a little bit of a nook and cranny, you do notice a small smidgen of black liquid.
I will go ahead and
Taste test.
No. Well, first of all, do I detect? Is it blood?
Test.
You have no idea what this liquid is.
Gotcha. I'm gonna carefully, without touching it at all, scoop some up in a little vial.
Nice. And you guys hear the dwarf continuing. There you go. I put it all together, slapped in a hay-filled sack in there, and it's the greatest bed we've ever had, made entirely of nice, solid oak. Good shit right there. Anyways, after that, we came back to this
Damien
area.
pockets the thing and, tries to play it off like nothing happened. Like, he's trying to be sneaky about the fact that he just collected a sample.
Fair enough. It's like, then we came back into my little playhouse here with all my bodies. He kind of gestures to his wall of what looks to be like pulling out stuffs. Not entirely sure how he keeps it cold, but there's probably ways they do so. These are all my suitable people over here. I test them most days, make sure I perfect my techniques, and then cremate them if they need to. I was gonna put this ball in that one. He kind of points to empty hole in the wall. But obviously he wasn't there. It was kind of sad. It was whatever. I'm keeping it open just in case he comes back. But I came back. He wasn't here. It was the weirdest damn thing. Walked in, put on my fucking gloves, and grabbed out my scalpel, and it wasn't here. It was the weirdest thing.
Well, it's not like it stood up and walked away.
Nah, you see, that's what I thought too. So I checked every nook and cranny I could think of. There's some weird footprints on the ground, but I couldn't really tell which direction they were going, so I just kind of mopped it up a little bit. It was kind of gross, but it was like, whatever. And then I went to the door, and, the door, it just was slightly open. It's weird.
Do you ever get, visitors here or something?
Only my wife.
Only your wife. Okay. Well, have you seen anyone weird around lately?
My wife.
No, not really. The only people who really come down here are the weird sons of bitches. I personally like to think this is an endearing hobby. Everyone else thinks it's kind of fucking weird as shit. So no one really comes down here except for friends and family of the people that I'm slicing open, and they don't really like to watch.
What about out in the open, around the area? Not necessarily inside, but have you seen anyone weird just around?
Nope.
No? Oh, okay.
I don't really walk outside all that much. You kind of have to go up the stairs in order to get out and see the world around you. So, yeah, I like it cold and dark down here with no windows.
Understandable. I can understand that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And no one knows what happens in the walls of my building. Everyone knows what happens in the wall of my house, though. Hell yeah.
What?
Got windows all over the place in my house. Windows and mirrors everywhere you can see.
Okay.
Penelope's just gonna go
Damien
and,
just pinches his nose. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
take a look inside where the body was supposed to go in the wall. Just, to
It's
get
a very cold hole in the wall. It clearly is meant to store stuff at freezing temps or below. So it's quite cold in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't see anything really here. Does anyone else? I don't know exactly what I'm looking for.
Good talk, gang.
Is everyone sleeping?
I think Grail would like to cast just detect magic.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Feel free.
He wants to, like, given all of this talk around this body apparently just like up and leaving, he wants to look to see if there's any traces around here of, I guess, like necromantic magics.
Mhm.
Or some kind of explanation as to how this body apparently just left on its own.
Mhm.
So he's gonna detect magic and see if there's anything around.
Okay. There is not a whole lot around you. It's been like nearly a week, so most of the energy that would have been here is pretty much almost completely gone, aside from whatever spells he uses to keep things more or less cold, which I believe would probably be transformation magic, but not 100% sure. As you're looking around, though, you can see like the below the stone slab that he has, there are traces, very, very faint traces, of necromantic magic that is down there. Some of it is in like just splotches underneath the area, but for the most part, it's evocation, that works. But for the most part, it's just like a lot of different spots of necromantic magic that's
Is
just
the
dotted
staircase
around.
the only way out of this room, or do you
Yes.
have like a trash chute?
Oh, the
Like, how do
staircase is
you-
the only
what do
way
you
I
do with
get
the-
out. Ain't nothing around here.
Well, I mean, do you have a hole that you dump stuff in, or
Nope.
what do you do with the refuse? Do you
Ah,
bring
bring
it
it up with me.
upstairs? Interesting.
He kind of
Can I
points to a
investigate
sack in
these?
the corner.
Oh.
I put my shit in that sack, and I carry the sack up, and then I dump out the sack, and I put the sack back. It's my shit sack.
Hmm.
Can I investigate the necromantic splotches? Is there anything further to be gleaned from this?
As you look at the necromantic splotches, roll me, investigation.
Yep.
Quick question, DM.
Hmm?
In this fantasy universe in which we reside in,
Mhm.
do photographs exist? Like, is there, or is like would that be like a painting?
It'll be a
Oh.
painting.
Oh, so close.
Okay.
Oof.
Rolled from the 20 to the 2.
Mhm. Yeah,
Damien
Right.
turns slightly to
31.
Celeste and
Uh-huh.
do you happen to have any portraiture of your brother, in case because we'll be looking for the body? We would like to see what it
Oh,
looks like.
yeah, yes, we have some at home. We we have them paint us every couple of years or so to make sure that it keeps up to date.
We will need to take a look at that if that is
Oh.
quite alright with you.
Yeah. Sure. Grail, you can tell very little.
Does she look more relaxed? Like, does she better now that she's not with her dad?
Slightly more relaxed, I would say. But yeah, Grail, you can't really tell anything from the one. What you can tell, the like only thing you can really tell is that it's in a very, very strange positioning.
How so? Is it something I can tell, or does it just feel off?
You would, it just feels very off. This doesn't feel like you've seen a pattern like this before. It seems exceptionally random to you, which magic very rarely is random.
I see.
Penelope leans down. What are you looking at?
Traces of necromantic magic.
Oh, I don't see that.
Are you perhaps capable of detecting magic? If
I
so,
love
you may
Penny
be able to observe
so
it too.
much.
I'm telling you guys, this is the Penny show. Like, nothing else matters but Penny.
Love
Wait, I'm
Penny.
sorry. What was your question?
I've had Penny for 2 D&D sessions, and if anything happened, I would kill everyone in the world.
I can't detect magic, but I can like use magic.
Then you are perhaps more proficient at it than I. The magic I use is merely the divine power within me, not one that I command to the same level as you mages. Perhaps you may be able to use some of that magic to investigate these traces of necromancy, however. Find the source of it, find where it has gone.
I don't think so, but like I can give you some light and she'll cast light.
Does this light in any way help me with my investigation?
Wait, don't we have dark
It's
vision?
very shiny. As she casts light, and it honestly, it's kind of dark down here, so it like slightly blinds a lot of you. Especially anyone who looks directly at it. It's just like, oh god, my eyes.
It
As
is bright
that
light, so.
as that happens, the door to the staircase that's leading up kind of opens. It kind of closes, and you hear footsteps coming down.
You know what? Is Grail holding his sword?
Say it's like at his side, like as usual. He wouldn't be wielding it right now, but it would be you're just in its sheath by his side.
Well, then I cast it on my dagger because I need an object to cast it on.
Ah, okay. It's true.
Yep, a dagger of light. Here we go. Straight up Bilbo Baggins here. I can
Yep.
even make it blue.
Could have classed it on the slab.
Shiny.
The shit bag.
Does anyone look at the stairwell as you hear some steppings?
No, I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
I'd
I'm
be-
trying really
Yeah,
hard to
yeah,
see
can
what
I-
Grail sees.
Can I investigate?
Damien turns towards the staircase.
Everyone but Penelope is like looking back at the staircase, and Penelope's like, I think I see nothing.
Oh no, it's an ant. It's just a dead ant on the floor.
As you guys
So
turn
just
around, the person you see walking down the staircase is a half elf. Surprisingly short half elf, probably about 5'3" or so. But he's walking down, and he's in a weird kind of like apron / like leather coating and stuff across his body.
Is this his wife?
Huh? Is this his wife?
Is it his wife? He said the only other person that comes down here is his wife. Hey, wives could be guys. Maybe he's a twink. He is an
Male
elf.
wife.
See him
male
going
wife.
down.
He's his little boy toy.
Trophy male wife.
There you
Anyway,
go.
see him coming down. He's clearly wearing some kind of like apprentice kind of style outfit and stuff. And but he's walking down, and the dwarf looks at him and goes, "Oi, you're fucking late."
Who's this? I thought you said only you and your wife came down here.
Ah, he's new. He's my assistant, kind of. Are you my assistant, boy, or are you her assistant? I'm yours.
Oh,
You're
you thought-
teaching me how to dissect people and figure out how they get issues. Who are you all?
Damien.
That's not important. Who are you? And how long have you been working here?
I
Let's
started.
wait. Let's
like-
take a moment to not immediately start grilling this poor gentleman. Hello, I
We're
am
here to
Damien.
investigate. Grilling is all we should be doing.
For once, I
Um.
agree with the big guy.
Damien just puts his head in his hands again
Hmm.
and
My-
takes a step. Like, you go for it. You take the floor.
Perhaps you are not bereft of all logic after all.
You see that gray streak Damien has? I calls that.
You see this great streak I have. It will not be just a streak by the time I'm done with you.
What?
My name is Marlowe. I started like a week and a half ago.
Ooh,
No, this
okay.
fucking dude can't seem to remember who I am. God, I love being down here. How can I help you folks?
Can I intimidate him to tell us everything he knows about the missing body?
Just go for the nuclear
Yes.
option right
Go
away.
for it.
You're more than welcome to, sure.
And I am gonna roll
14.
investigation.
Yep. How are you trying to intimidate him?
Can I pick him up by his like
Jesus
like his shirt.
Christ.
You just like
Well,
tower
that's
over
strength
him
as
and
well.
start flexing, and you're just like, so, and then you turn around, flex your back, and you're like, what's going on with the
You,
body?
you walk up to the guy and you just pick him up by his throat. Like everyone around you is just watching you pick this guy up by his throat.
No, just his shirt, like
Oh, just
like
his
below
shirt?
his,
Okay. So
like
just
his,
pick
like
him
his
up by
collar.
his
I
shirt.
pick him
He's
up by
like,
his
the
collar.
fuck? Whoa, big guy. Look, I just Ian. Look, big guy. I'm
Please
not
put him down.
not starting trouble. Not doing nothing. Gotta hate this job.
Or just please just put him down,
Fine.
please. Thank you.
Put him down.
Whoa, okay. So we got two big guys.
We are here
I cannot imagine
investigating the
terrorizing the
disappearance of a
short one.
corpse.
We'll proceed with our investigation.
Oh, who is that fucker that disappeared? Thought that was honestly a practical joke you had on me. I can't remember his name. Whoever you're looking for, is that the... I figured it was a
Yes,
joke,
we
but
are
I guess
looking
the
for
guy
the
that
disappearing corpse.
left? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, honestly, when
I
that
assume
happened,
you
I
don't
thought it was just a
often
joke.
take the corpses for walkies then?
No. What? How... Do you walk corpses?
It was supposed to be a joke, but I don't think I'm very talented at that.
I will admit my ability to tell something if something is funny is thoroughly crushed by the presence of two people who are currently suffocating me with their pure presence in this room.
Do not be
Penelope stands up.
intimidated. I have no intention of inflicting violence upon you, provided you
Who
answer
would
our
that be,
questions
mate?
truthfully and concisely.
Be not afraid.
Says the guy in spiky black armor with a sword the size of my body.
I will say that Grail probably does not have big black spiky armor yet. This will be when he's got plate mail. At the moment, he's just in
Okay.
boring old chain mail.
Says the guy with more muscles than I have limbs.
Callista like nudges Grail, and she's just like, a little smile wouldn't hurt.
You may be
You
surprised
know,
at the number
at
of
the
muscles
ghostly-
you have as well. Despite the difference in our races, we very likely have close to, if not the exact same amount. It is the size that is different between them.
Right.
Actually.
Actually.
There's two things Grail knows. He hates fucking kings, and he knows a lot about muscles and getting
He
swole.
hates doing what to kings?
He hates kings. He fucking
Okay,
hates
thank you.
kings.
Well,
He might hate fuck kings. We don't know that.
Jesus.
That is yet to be determined. I don't know. Maybe he and Greg's gonna have a moment later.
Oh,
There's enough tension going around.
right. So,
Tension in his muscles.
what do you guys want to know about the body?
Yeah.
I was still kind of here after he had left. Not like he would fucking remember. Is there something I can tell you? Do you?
Well, was there anything wrong with it?
Oh, immensely. I thought it was a
Well, could you,
practical joke he was playing on me at the time.
well, could you
Boy,
tell us
I don't
more
play
about it?
jokes on you. Well, what I can tell you is that it was fucked up beyond what I would imagine most people can see. Its veins were all black, fingers were purple, it looked like he'd been drowned at least twice. Weirdly enough, he had the same reflexes as a normal person would, but he was very clearly a corpse. His blood was thick. It was really weird.
He had reflexes?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, wait, so
yeah.
he was moving or something?
He kind of like pulls out the hammer from his belt, and he's like, what's your name? He points to Callista.
I'm Callista.
Okay, Callista. Sit on the slab.
Okay, Callista sits down on the slab. I'm not sure if her feet can touch the floor. Most likely not. Probably
All right,
just
cool.
swinging them.
And he just taps your knee and he, like, pops your foot up. He goes, that's a natural reflex. It happens only with
Even
people
though it
who...
doesn't hurt, Callista screeches.
How much
I
can
should have
you
picked
do it
someone
again?
else.
Jesus.
Are you okay?
I just full on imagined like a moment where he like taps her knee and then she kicks him with the other leg.
She roundhouse kicks and then
Shkaboosh, fuck you.
Like,
Surprise attack.
He's just like,
Can I
There's a
again
Grail,
pick him
and
up
suddenly the
because
guy's
I
in a
thought he hurt
chokehold.
Callista?
what was that, Ortus?
Can I again pick him up because I thought he hurt Callista?
It's like, wow, that it's a natural, harmless reflex. Jesus Christ. It doesn't say Jesus, but yeah, he's like, oh my god.
by the
Callista
god.
just kicks her legs more. She's like, oh wait, no, it didn't actually. Huh, that's funny.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
Ortis, put him down.
Okay.
Down,
Hey,
boy, down.
It's a natural reflex of someone who
Let
is
it
still
glide.
breathing. And they stop breathing, the reflex goes away. Except in this
So
guy.
you're saying the body you had on your table was still breathing?
No. That's the weird part.
okay, me next. Penelope gets on the slab.
Don't screech.
No.
Your leg just pops up and he's like, see, breathing people and living you have a pulse. You do a reflex. It's normal. That guy didn't have a pulse and yet his leg kicked. It was weird, okay? I legitimately thought it was a weird prank. Especially with him disappearing the next day. It was weird.
So it's like a corpse that moves. So like what, a zombie or something?
No,
saying?
zombie would have tried eating me. I've dealt with a couple of them.
True, they like brains, and you actually seem somewhat content.
Think that's a compliment?
Damn,
I
catching
think so, too.
strays.
I appreciate it.
Can Penelope go back over to the
You're-
hole in the wall?
Welcome.
Okay. And with that, the dagger that is still has light on it, can she
Mhm.
like stick it as far in there as possible just to make sure there is no like actual like tunnel?
Yeah,
or
you
anything in
stick
these
in
things?
pretty far and you can see it's very cold in there. Your hand immediately just like gets almost like it's so cold it's hard to ungrip your knife. But you stick in pretty far and you can see it's mostly just like a about 7 foot in length hole. Very clearly it just kind of shoves things into. There doesn't seem to be any noticeable signs of disappearance or anything like that.
No tunnel. Okay.
Yeah, he's just like I mean, there's it's weird. Okay, it was just super weird.
How long ago did you say he left?
6 days ago or so, and
So there wouldn't be any footprints or anything.
no. After he had left, there was
He
like
swept
dirt
up the
on the
footprints,
ground.
remember?
Yeah.
Uh,
The dwarf is like, yeah, I swept up him. It's probably footprints. I don't know what it was really. It was more like a weird sludge that was on the ground. You know how it is. My wife knows it real
Can we
well.
inspect the sludge? If there's like still goop on your broom, can we like look at the goop?
Nah, I tossed that broom a while ago. I tossed it right into the sewers.
You are just like anti-investigator or something, aren't you?
I didn't think there'd be someone investigating my home and love. He kind of rubs the slab.
We
Is that your wife?
no,
I have one at
Perhaps
home
he's
just
married
like
to the job.
That's what I got.
The one at home has silk sheets on it.
But no, yeah, I threw most of my crap inside the, there's some old tunnels that lead down throughout, most of the city, and it's where a lot of the sewage and sludge and stuff go. I just
So when
kind
I
of throw
asked
a
you
lot of my
earlier
crap
if
down
there was
there.
a hole that you throw stuff away in.
Yeah, well, I look, he kind of grabs his shit bag. I put shit in the shit bag, and then I dump the shit bag.
Where do you dump it? Show me.
You guys want to see where I put the shit?
I do.
Sure,
Yes.
why not?
No.
Are you
I'm
into
gonna go
that? That's
find
kind of
our,
weird.
I'm
I'm
gonna go
just
check
trying
on
to figure things
dear
out.
friend Mel and see if she's still okay back at the house. Damien just fucking leaves.
I mean, I'm just trying to investigate what I can.
I
you
think
kinda
Grail would
cleaned
join
up
Damien.
stuff.
Grail does not believe his investigative powers are existent in the slightest. They're not really contributing here.
So episode
He
2,
tried his
we've
best with the
broken
necromantic
golden
power.
rule of D&D. Not only have we split the party once, but we've split the party twice.
Well,
The,
see, that counts as
Take
at the
that,
first splitting.
DM.
You split it once, that's wrong. You split it
Wait.
twice, that's right, because two
Two
negatives
wrongs
make
make
a
a right.
positive.
Okay, but
You're so right.
are all the smart
bestie.
people leaving? Is it just Callista, Penny, and Ortus here right now?
Smart people, Grail is
Yep.
-1 int.
I have just normal
Okay.
10 intelligence, so I'm not smart, but I'm not dumb.
Is anyone
God,
else
we're a
going with
party
Damien
of
and
idiots.
Grail?
Where's Damien off to again? The sewer?
He's
No,
he's returning to
Mel.
the cat. He's gonna go find Mel.
Oh. Nah, I think I'll chill out with the Chaos Squad.
I'll follow Damien.
Oh,
Mate,
no.
Okay.
Now that
With
two
the
of the
goop.
most sensible party members are gone, when the cats are away, the mice shall play.
the dwarf, whom y'all have not asked the name of, kind of looks at you guys and he
Yep.
just kind of goes, "So, am I showing you the shithole?"
Sure.
Yes.
Ah,
Sure as shit.
wasn't really expecting to show anyone my shithole. Hold on, let me fill my shit bag real quick.
If he turns around and pulls his pants down, I'll scream.
No, yeah, he walks up to one of the hole, one of the pieces of the wall. He like pulls out the thing, and like there's a fresh body. He's like, "All right, I'll just slap this on the table here. It's gonna get a little bit messy, but I gotta fill my shit bag before I go and dump my shit. So let's carve this baby open."
Oh, they're getting a lesson.
So we were watching him do an
And-
autopsy.
Yeah, you guys will be watching him do an autopsy if you wish to stay.
Can I stick my hand? And I'm guessing there's a wound
The Muppets.
that he's grabbing guts out.
He's cutting a Y shape into the body to crack open the chest frame, all this fun stuff.
Once he does that, can I stick my hand in and start filling up the bag as well?
What the fuck?
Hands on learning. Hands on learning, everyone.
Oh my god. Don't worry, Mel. We're not privy to any of this. Callista
know,
is the
I'm-
only person
I'm
who
busy.
knows this.
I'm busy investigating
What
the
do I know?
bedroom, I think.
And I'm rummaging around the dead body.
I just
You-
didn't want Damien to
you-
go alone somewhere, and I was like, well, everyone else is staying down
Jesus
here. so I'll
Christ.
follow
Wait,
him.
so it's
Okay.
just Callista and Ortus in the autopsy room?
And Grail.
Yes. No,
I
Grail
think-
came
no,
with us.
Grail came with.
Grail's with Ortus,
Grail-
so yeah, it's just Callista and Ortus watching this man fucking do an autopsy. Ortus is not just getting his hands covered in blood, ripping
Oh
out
my
organs and
God.
shit.
I'm
Yo,
so
time
glad
out.
I'm not
Great
there.
duo.
So if Grail is going with Damien, Penny wouldn't have
Yeah.
gone then.
Okay.
Okay,
The
so
only
Penny
reason
was
she was
also in the
going.
autopsy.
Yeah.
Oh, so Penelope
that
would
it's
also
much
be
better.
watching this horror show.
Yeah, I'm just watching.
All right,
Okay.
we'll get to Orta's, Grail, and Mel interacting with other stuff before the shit hole. Next episode. Hi.
Sorry, 1 second, guys.
I'm so
we have-
concerned with what's going on here.
We have Grail
fine.
and
Oop,
Damien
never mind, I'm back.
going
Hmm?
to Mel.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we're
then
heading back to the
Yeah.
house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grail, Damien, and Mel will be on one side next episode, and Callista, Ortus, and Penelope will be inside of the morgue, basically.
Yep.
playing around with dead people.
I'm not doing anything.
Hey, Callista, are you joining in the filling the shit bag?
Autopsy?
I'm watching them.
Yeah, why not? I will assist in the filling of the shit bag.
All right. Well, if you guys want to know what happens next episode when the shit bag gets full, feel free to join next week Saturday at 6 p.m. PST. If you guys want to watch some of my other content, on Mondays we do a TTRPG that my brother is running, and we are getting close to the end of that. Tuesdays we're doing I believe we're doing Monster Hunter Wild still. Wednesdays we're doing a solo video, which right now is A Plague Tale Innocence. And Thursdays we're hopefully going to be coming back to Stone Block 3, I believe. And of course, next Friday, very exciting news, next Friday we are coming back with Tyrant's Wrath, which will also be going along the same time as this. In the same world, same time. If you guys want to watch that
half
shit.
of this is a very normal D&D game.
we have very normal trauma, and then we have whatever you would call this trauma.
Penny made a grilled cheese for Orthus
Just-
this episode.
Yes,
Good.
normal trauma, like putting a ball on a grey child so it doesn't float off, even though that doesn't stop her. The mental
Jesus
debuff is enough.
Christ.
Like when they train baby
The
elephants.
placebo ball.
Placebo ball!
They call it the
Placebo
placebo
ball.
ball.
Yes,
Y'all
so
all
Alright, honey, it's
concern
time to
me a
put on your
little bit, you know that?
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
It's
Just a
concerning
little
that you're
bit.
not even more concerned.
Well, you
Gibbs
know,
is most credit
eventually
to
I'm going to pull out shit that's going to traumatize y'all so hard you'll feel traumatized.
Oh, remind me.
Right,
Fire.
the only
I have a
traumatized
thing to tell you later,
characters.
son.
What was that,
Preparing my
Damien?
whole life for this.
I had an idea for some backstory lore that I will tell you
baby.
later.
Ooh, lovely. Feel free to send me at any time. Anyways, we're gonna go to my end screen, which hopefully you guys can hear some music in here. But we're going to be raiding off here in just a few minutes. So if you guys would be interested in joining the raid, feel free to copy that raid message and tell our friendly folks that we have come to visit. We're actually going to be raiding my friend Yuki, because she is a wonderful human being. I'm not actually sure if she is BRB at the moment. Oh no, she's reading. Never mind, I forgot that you stand still and Stray when you read. But she's playing Stray right now, which is a game I used to play a very, very long time ago, and I really, really fucking love it. And Yuki's also one of my admins, and someone who is kind of in our little streaming community, and kind of under the umbrella of Purgatory as well. So if you guys are interested in coming over, watching her, seeing her absolute insanity as she plays a game about a cat inside of a post-apocalyptic world, I'm fairly confident it's post-apocalyptic, feel free to join us on the raid, and we will see all of you fine fellows next time. Bye!
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, chat.
Yeah.
Bye bye.